Alright, so this is a brand new episode of Best Boys. Ooh, like a gourmet pizza, just dripping with cheese and olive oil and bologna.
Bologna on a pizza? No, that's bologna.
That's what I call Little Caesars, if you know what I mean. It's cardboard and marinara sauce.
Yep. Best Boys. This is that show that I commissioned some nice fancy artwork for and then got to use it for like one episode, I think, and then we never made another one.
Yeah, because I think you were going to scrap the No Country for Old Men episode. But
no, that one went up.
Oh, no, I know it went up. I thought you were going to scrap it.
Yeah, because you called Jesus a pedophile multiple times.
Well, I thought the people would like to know.
Yeah. You know what the people would like to know, Joe?
What's that?
What this episode's going to be about.
If I'm a rock spider, is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
Answer the question, Joe.
So this episode is going to be about Neon Genesis Evangelion. This is a basically a ginormous hit in the Japanese anime industry. This is basically the show that started TV anime as like a reoccurring thing. Beforehand, it was like a bunch of movies and shit and like little kid shows. And this is like one of the first big ones that started the whole scene.
Okay. What I know about the show, I know that it is very, very popular. I know that it has Shinji, Rei, and Asuka.
Yep.
Asuka. I know that this is an older anime from the 90s?
Yeah, 96.
96, okay, so mid-90s.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about it. I thought it was a movie, but I guess there was a movie released for the ending?
Yeah. There's a movie called The End of Evangelion. Basically, the ending of the TV show so polarized, like, the fan base, that they scribbled graffiti all over Gainax's studio and then sent the director a bunch of death threats.
That's pretty
cool. And then he made the movie as kind of a response to that.
Okay. So really all I know is I know that there's a cool purple-looking robot.
Yeah.
I know that there's allegedly some Christian iconography that's not really as deep as it means. They just kind of chose it because Christianity isn't super well known in the Eastern countries.
Yeah.
But besides that, I am a blank slate.
Oh, okay. So what you're gonna see here is basically this is a giant robot show that is unlike no other. You've seen Gurren Lagann, and people kind of say that that's like the almost the opposite of Eva. I've seen like half of Gurren Lagann.
It's a very, very good show.
Oh, okay.
We'll finish it at some point.
Yeah.
So that's our pre-thoughts. How we'll be doing this one for an Inside Baseball. With the Twin Peaks episode, we watched the entirety of Twin Peaks and then tried to do an episode, which was a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, and then we did it again with The Return.
Yeah, so we didn't learn our lesson. Just like David Lynch.
No, David Lynch, he doesn't have any lessons to learn. He's a genius. He's a wavy-haired genius.
So we will watch some episodes and then come back, record, watch some episodes, come back and record, and probably do this as just one big episode.
Yeah.
So that's our plan. We'll see if it pans out in the future.
Oh, okay.
So
coming to you live in audio form.
Joe, you know what we should do? We should just do this like that one time Schwarzenegger did a commentary track and he was just explaining everything that happened.
Well, he does that in every single one of his. He's a terrible person.
Speaking of terrible people, so that was the first 5? I think we did 5, or did we do 6?
For 6. Oh!
Sippy. So,
I just woke up at 8 p.m. and I'm already drinking energy drinks.
He's been awake for almost 2 hours.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, he called me when I was in the middle of trying to masturbate and asked me what I wanted from the gas station. I said, oh yeah, just give me some sips. He comes back with 99-cent mango energy drink.
Oh, I didn't know you were the king of England. You prefer fancy energy drinks. I'm on a budget, sir.
I'm not the king of England. I'm the prince of England, like the one that got caught for being a pen.
Oh yeah, being a child fucker. Yeah,
except I'm
Prince
not.
Andrew. I get you.
Instead of touching children, I just don't drink venom because it's terrible.
No, here's the thing. You demand cheese pizza every day, but you actually just don't like toppings on any of your pizza, and you're like Papa John. You eat a pizza and a half a day, and it all has to be cheese pizza. And some people may have misconstructed your emails that leaked of you telling other let me tell you about these to send you free cheese pizza. But no, you were actually just demanding that they send you Papa John's and DiGiorno's.
Yeah, it's not delivery, Joe. It's DiGiorno. Anyway, so Evangelion.
Yeah.
So the first 6 episodes, my initial thoughts, robot Eva looks really neat.
Yeah, it's a very cool design. They actually said whenever he would go to pitch those designs that it would never sell, and the legs are too weird.
So part of that, it is not... Okay, so when you look at Gundam is a hero. He's got the samurai helmet. He's got the fucking... He's strong and approachable. This thing is green. It is purple. It is very sharp. It's alien looking.
It's got weird eyes, yeah.
It's not a friendly robot. When
the
you look
thing just
at
bleeds?
It bleeds. It makes you feel... you don't feel comfortable looking at that thing, which of course is, the intention. Similar to how he did with Godzilla, where he just made me look at Godzilla and get really sad.
Yeah.
In Shin Godzilla, 2016.
Oh, yeah. Well, so basically, like, the director of this, his name's Hideaki Anno. He did Gunbuster, which was another kind of robot mecha show from back in the day.
Okay.
And then he did Nadia, the Secret of Blue Water.
I don't know what that is.
That one's about a circus trapeze artist who goes and has adventures with a weird boy.
So basically like me.
Well, yeah, kinda, yeah. Because you do jumps and stuff, right, and flips.
Yeah, I'm always flipping.
Yeah.
Flipping
people off. Yeah, flipping your grandma off.
Yeah.
I say, sorry, cunt, grandma. I won't be eating your bread today.
So basically the plot of Eva so far is that it takes place in the far, far off year of 2015, I think.
Yeah. No, never. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have happened because they said that there was a second impact, which was something crashed into the Antarctic, melted it all, and flooded the fuck out of the world. Fucked a bunch of people.
Yep. Just ruined the Earth. They no longer have seasons now.
Yeah, they just all have hot.
Yep.
They didn't tell us what the first impact was, so I'm sure that'll... If they did, then I just missed it. I'm sure.
No, they haven't yet. And they really aren't going to in the original series. It's kind of something you have to look into, I discovered. It's very extremely vaguely explained, but not really.
I like the setup. I like the setup for the world. Some of the angel designs are pretty neat. I knew that Evangelion had a kind of Christian theme. And I also heard that the Christian iconography really wasn't intended. It's basically just because Christianity was a weird thing that wasn't. I don't know if you know anything about this.
No, I know what you're talking about, yeah. I mean, basically they said that they used a lot of the designs because they looked cool, but I mean, the name of the show is Neon Genesis Evangelion. It literally means, a new telling of Genesis.
I liked how a lot of the angels did these stupid fucking cross attacks.
Yeah.
There'd be an explosion, it would be like you're playing fucking Bomberman.
Yeah,
shoots out. The whack-ass crystal prison in episode 3 that they had to snipe. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, because they somehow discovered that the best attack is just a robot with a big gun. An even bigger gun than they already have.
Yeah, they could have just shot the gun, but
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I actually read an entire book in preparation for this episode. It's called...
Mein Kampf?
No. It's called the Noteki Memoirs, Studio Gainax and the Men Who Created Evangelion. But it ended up being completely useless because only 4 pages of this was actually about Evangelion. And instead it's about a bunch of otakus in college who made conventions. So I just read a whole book for nothing. They tricked me. It was in the cover.
That's why I don't fucking read.
No, I'm done with reading forever now. That's disgusting.
Another really neat thing about the robot, when they go in there's that breathable water, which is apparently a real life thing.
Yeah, it is. It's basically breathable fluid. They used some of it in the making of The Abyss, that James Cameron movie, and they just drowned a rat in it.
Except the rat didn't drown.
Well, it didn't drown, but I mean, it's panicking and moving amok in fluid because it doesn't know what's going on because it's a rat.
I wouldn't know what's going on if I went in there.
No.
What I noticed, I didn't pick up on it like instantly, but as soon as they said that you've got the umbilical power cord, I'm like, oh, they're inside the cockpit in like amniotic fluid.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They're in the cockpit. They fill it with the fluid. It's like a baby thing. You got the umbilical cord, yada yada.
Yep. And speaking of babies, what do you think about Shinji Ikari so far?
Ah, God, what a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I understand why a lot of people online
they despise him.
They'll post pictures of Shinji all the time. Like, I understand why this is an anime protagonist that is very relatable to people. It does a very good job, I think, of portraying what it feels like to just, like... So Shinji is obviously depressed, right?
Oh, yeah.
But he's only, like, 14.
Yeah.
So, the things that he... It's hard to describe. Shinji, he's only 14. He's very young. He doesn't have a lot of life experiences. His life experiences so far are basically his dad abandoning him.
Yep.
Like immediately. His mom, I don't know if they've talked about her at all.
I think they may have said that his mom is dead so far. I think.
So
but yeah,
like, she's
definitely out of the picture.
Yeah, so he's very, very isolated, much like Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker.
You see now, Batman, I don't like that people are talking about this brand new Joker. I was the original Joker.
Oh, that's why you said you could do your own Joker, because it's Joe and the dash KER.
Oh, now you see, Batman, the thing about a coin is sometimes it lands on heads, and sometimes it lands on tails, and you never know which one.
You're forgetting one thing, Joker. What if it lands on its side?
Oh, I think I'm gonna have to blow up a hospital!
Anyway, so... Shinji is just like completely isolated. His mom's gone. His dad doesn't give a just objectively treats him like shit and does not care about him as anything. I get the feeling that the only reason Shinji is even brought in there is because he's the only person they know of that has like a smidge higher chance of being able to pilot the robot.
Yeah.
Like, his dad cares more about Rey than he's ever cared about his son.
Yeah.
And, like, he notices, in, I don't remember which episode, like 4 or 5, that his dad's got these burned hands.
Yep.
And it's because he went to pry Rey out of the safe, like, pry her out of the capsule with his bare fucking hands.
Yeah,
and, like, permanently,
burning,
permanently scarring him, but he wouldn't even go to his kid's fucking, like, band recital.
No. Well, he was too busy trying to save the world, like a cool anime dad.
Yeah. I like that his classmates, there's that one classmate, I think his name was Toji, feels like he should be the protagonist. These guys like, these damn angels, they've taken everything from me. They hurt my kid sister. Man, I'm just gonna beat the fuck out of them. You know?
Yeah.
And he's not. It's Shinji, the depressed, isolated child.
Yeah. Well, we're actually gonna, weirdly enough, we're gonna get some of that in the, later on in the series.
Mm-hmm. Episode 4, there was just a giant, like, orange penis alien, angel thing.
And what's wrong with that?
There's a lot of things wrong with that.
No. Oh, yeah. Speaking of penises and vaginas, there's going to be so much of that later on in the series.
Another thing I noticed about Shinji's dad, I think he likes Rey because she'll just do whatever he says. Shinji will be like, hey, Dad.
No!
Yeah, Dad, no, I'm not gonna do this. Why are you being such a fucking asshole?
I
don't wanna go in there and feel like I break my spine. This is bullshit. I'm really liking the show so far. We're only 6 in out of how many episodes?
26.
Oh wow! So it's got half. It's got basically half as many episodes as a Kamen Rider season. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've even seen a screenshot from Kamen Rider.
Oh, you're missing out, Joe.
Yeah.
A few other things I want to point out. When Rey got put, when she got ejected, the dad went over and with his own hands got her out of the thing. When Shinji got emergency ejected, it was by robots.
Yep.
No one went there to manually get him out. It was just the most efficient. All right, here's a robot. Okay, all right, it's done. No one gave a shit.
No. Nobody cares about poor Shinji.
Yep. So, oh yeah. Other thing is that the Eva unit operates at its best when Shinji is just like knocked the fuck out.
Oh yeah,
not actually piloting it.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure he's aware of and is part of his immense self-depreciating, self-esteem spiral.
Yeah.
That's gonna hopefully result in him nuking the entire nerve thing and destroying the planet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if they could just, like, somehow cut Shinji's, like, brain out of his skull and put it on top of the Eva and it would work, they would do that in, like, half a minute.
God. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see more horrible things happen to Shinji. I want him to snap and just fucking go nuclear.
Yeah.
So, I really don't know. All I know about... I've seen the final scene of this. No context at all.
Yeah, everybody has, yeah.
I've seen the final scene where they're all saying congratulations and clapping and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
But that's really all I know. I mean, Asuka hasn't even been introduced and, like, she's been talked about, but she isn't even, like, in the show yet.
Yeah, she's coming in a couple episodes now.
So, yeah, it's enjoyable so far. Anything you want to say before we end this?
Well, no, I was going to say, we're watching the original language with, like, some subtitles that were translated way back in the day, like, from the fans.
Yeah.
With the Netflix subs, they somehow managed to fuck up that final scene of congratulations. Somebody just says, way to go, man.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Way to go, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that whole Netflix release is a disaster. That's why we're not watching it. So if you can, just, like, pirate the show. Somebody...
You can't just say that, Joe.
What do you mean?
Legally acquire the show.
Yeah, legally acquire it, even though it's not released on any physical media except for DVD in the US, and the Blu-ray costs $400 from Japan, so you have to import that.
Yeah.
And then you have to, like, hack in English subtitles because they didn't provide that for you, because they don't want Americans importing it.
Yeah, watch the way that we are watching it, which is definitely, like, having a YouTube video open that's just a blank screen that is the subtitles.
Yeah, and then put them on the bottom.
We're just constantly looking left and right to watch it. So the way that whatever the director's name...
Anno intended it to be seen.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, there is, like, a lot of, like, multiple, like, dialogues being done at the same time. That happens, like, a lot more later on.
Yeah, on the top of the screen and the bottom. Yeah. I'll just have to choose one. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. For the most part, the stuff at the top is, like, just kind of, like...
Superfluous flavor.
Yeah, extra, like, little stuff.
Boy, it sure is hot here.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Like, in English, that wouldn't be a problem, because we can hear both of it at the same time and, like, understand what's being mostly said, but... Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like... I mean, that also happens whenever, like, they go to, like, import, like, a movie we made, and they have to subtitle it, and, like, everybody's just talking over each other. Yeah. Gunfire's happening.
Other things I really like about the setting, I love... Joe, have you ever seen the movie Hackers?
Yeah, I did. I saw that in class. We watched that in class with some bare titty.
Yeah. So in Hackers, Hackers is my favorite example of this. So Hackers was made in, like, what, late 80s, early 90s?
90s, yeah, I think it's 90s.
And what they saw in the future was people taking their laptops to, like, pay phones and hacking into the internet that way. In this, there aren't cell phone. Well, there are cell phones, but people are also still using car phones, which is just their giant Akira square car that has a giant, like... You've played San Andreas, right?
Oh, yeah.
You remember when you get the phone with that?
Get on that goddamn train!
Yeah, you get, like, the phone in that game, and it's fucking giant.
Yeah.
Or no, Vice City. Vice City,
Vice City is, like, a throwback to, like, the late 80s, so that would make sense, because I think that was probably made in, like, 2004 or something, so we would have had cell phones then, but...
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I love where they kind of get some things right about the future. Like, I like the setting. Visually, it's really fun. Really fun setting. One other thing, too. I noticed this immediately in the first episode. The intro thing where it pops up the symbol, Gurren Lagann intentionally, I'm sure, took that and then made it, you know, the fucking Gurren Lagann thing, but it's like the same intro. Yeah,
because I haven't seen all of Gurren Lagann. I've seen like 9 episodes, and I thought it was really good. I just didn't end up finishing it. But I've seen like literally no anime. I Yeah. I've seen a couple Studio Ghibli movies.
Yeah, you would.
I used to watch Kiki's Delivery Service all the time as a kid because it would be on Disney.
Huh.
Yeah. Because they had the rights to all the Studio Ghibli stuff. But other than that, I really, I downloaded some stuff that, like, people really, really like, and it's short. Like, TV shows have got to be short for me to watch them. I don't really like doing anything over 30 seasons.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much stuff.
Yeah. Alright, so that'll do it for the first batch here, unless God damn it, Joe.
Whoa, I was gonna ask, who's best girl so far? Like, basically, Eva is, like, the series that kind of started the who's best girl thing.
Really?
Yeah, it was that. Unintentionally, yeah.
Best girl.
So far, it's like Masato, Risku, and
I was trying to think if there was just, like, a 2-year-old girl somehow. Yeah. No, there's not. No. I can't go for that easy joke.
I want to fuck Eva Unit 0.
Yeah.
That hot orange one.
Oh yeah, Unit 0 looks stupid. I don't like it at all. Yeah. I think it looks fucking...
It's got a round head.
It's fucking dumb.
Well, that was basically the original...
like a fetus.
It's like a prototype. That was like the first one they ever made.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like any of the the femoids in this show so far.
No, you don't. Well, that's kind of intentional.
Okay. Alright, so that's it for this batch. We'll be back in like 3 seconds. Joe, you're gonna have to save it for the next batch.
No, this is important. So basically, the director couldn't get anything done after his old show, like Nadia or whatever it was called. So for like basically like 4 years, he just didn't do anything. And then whenever he was going to go do Eva, basically it was put on TV as like a favor to him because all his previous stuff fell apart. So like basically he could just do almost whatever he want, which is why Eva is the way it is.
Interesting.
But he decided to make the main theme of the show to not run away. Because that's basically just what he did for 4 years of his life, is just run away from everything.
Huh. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be back in like 10 seconds with the second batch of episodes from 6 to whichever one we get to. Or 7 to whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're back with episodes 7 through 11?
12.
No, 12?
Yeah, 12.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's right, because one of the episodes I just had like no notes on, so I forgot. Stop kicking the fucking hat box.
Boom! Ba-boom! Ga-woo!
Anyway.
I'm taking off my sweatshirt.
You know, there's like a candle behind you.
I'm like a big cat. I don't have any concern for that.
Yeah. So anyway, episode 7 here. There was the one with the nuclear hedgehog.
Well, yeah. The weird, giant, like, stiff robot that the humans built.
Yeah, where he was just fucking grooving as he was walking, and they had one walk animation.
Yeah, he had the Chad stride.
They just slowly sped it up, and woo, 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 as he just fucking... He was going.
Well, you expect people to pay for animation? It's expensive.
You say, what was the robot's name?
Jet Alone
the hedgehog.
Oh god, can you imagine if that poor robot had to go through a ring?
What?
If that poor robot had to go through, like, that thingy that Sonic does, the loop. The loopity-loop.
I thought you meant, like, getting, like, a Sonic ring? Yeah.
Oh, that'd be tiny.
I was hoping, because I had the nuclear reactor in it, I was hoping that they'd have to go, like, Godzilla on it, and, like
have it use a fiery blast?
Yeah, no, like, you know, like how Godzilla's all about radiation bullshit? Yeah. I thought they were gonna have the Eva come out of, like, the water, like the Godzilla thing.
Oh,
or like throw it, like, Pacific Rim into the ocean.
Yeah. Just maybe cool it down a little, yeah.
Yeah, explode a nuke in the ocean. The planet's already fucked anyway.
Yeah, well, here, I've got a solution of what they could have done if their plan hadn't worked out.
Okay.
They could have used the sheer strength of the Eva to throw it onto the moon.
And then blow up the moon?
Well, it won't blow up. It'll make a little crater. But look, the moon's kind of ugly anyway. It's full of craters. Who gives a fuck? The moon bears can take a little bit of radiation, I think.
I liked how the U.S., like, for the UN was just not giving them money because Japan's still butthurt that we kicked their ass.
Well, what are you gonna do?
We dropped a nuke on your fucking civilians, Japan. Get over it.
Yeah.
Fat Man and Riddle Boy.
Oh.
Yeah. You fucking get over it. We killed innocent people. You need to fucking get past that, okay?
Yeah. I think if we drop another nuke, we should call it the Joker and the Riddler.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'll show
And that way
society.
DC can pay for some of it then.
Yeah.
DC
Their movies are already a bomb.
Well, I mean, Harley Quinn it's made $30 million so far.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm like $800 million or something dumb. I don't know.
So I liked how Jet Alone the Hedgehog was made by like some other group.
Well, yeah, it was made by a different government agency as kind of like a almost like a practical scientific way they try to beat the angels.
Yeah, rather than relying on pussy boys like Shinji to do it.
Yeah. I like Shinji.
No, you don't.
No,
just because
I relate to no.
I liked how Nerve was fucking with him. I thought that was a fun little twist.
Yeah.
Reminds us that Shinji's dad is a fucking bitch.
Well.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you never see him smiling in the series, but I just saw, like, there's a razor blade ad for Eva-themed razors, and he's just completely happy because he shaved his face. I'll have to show you that screenshot.
That's right, because there's a bunch of Eva weird...
Oh, there's so much Evangelion merchandise. You can get an Eva-themed car.
A car? What is it?
Yeah, like a whole car. Well, it's just a purple car with, like, Eva junk in it.
Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I can kind of see it. There's a lot of anime
cool,
nerds that just fuck up their cars with paint jobs like that.
Oh, they love it, yeah. No, this is officially licensed. There's officially licensed Evangelion bread, canned bread.
Canned bread?
They love canned bread. It's big in Japan.
Okay.
They like to get their foods in canned forms.
So episode 8 was when Asuka finally actually shows up.
Yeah, she shows up. Yeah, she's been in the intro the whole time.
Yep, and she's German somehow?
Yeah. Well, no, but what, do you mean in terms of, like, her face, or,
No, she's German, she's German.
Yeah. They got her from Germany.
Yeah, I know, but she's I don't think being red hair, that's like a Scottish, she's got red hair, and she speaks fluent Japanese, which I'll give him a pass to the Japanese, it would be weird for her to not speak
Yeah, not be able to communicate.
Yeah, it's I understand
just have to
that.
communicate with grunts and shrieks.
Yeah.
Like a small ape child.
I liked that she was wearing she's this angry person, but she was just wearing a yellow sundress.
Yeah. She looks very sunny. Like she's got a sunny disposition.
Yeah,
and she just grabs your face and just starts smacking it.
Yeah, and I sure hope Asuka would kick me in the balls, Joe.
Oh god, I think she is the best girl. Out of the main 3 so far, who's your best girl?
The main 3 girls.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh god, I wish Evangelion was a pony show.
Well, fucking... What? Okay.
No, because they call them the main 6.
Shut up, Joe.
Why? I'm talking Baroni talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you were right, because he did wear her suit when they were on the boats.
Yeah.
And they had to fight the, weird jellyfish thing.
Yeah.
I liked how the fucking Eva 02, that's hers?
Yeah,
the red
O2.
one?
Yeah, she's got O2.
I like how O2 had the Master Chief cloak, and they were hopping on boats, which is really
and
fucking
she unveils it,
goofy.
Ooh. Yeah.
It was fun. I like that. It was a cool thing.
Yeah.
Asuka having a fucking knife, a shiv, is also pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even though she loses it twice within 4
but
episodes.
it's hard to... Shinji, basically kind of broke his, too.
What did he even get? I don't remember.
Well, he's had the rifle before, and he's had the prog knife.
Oh, yeah, so they all get a knife, don't they? They don't have a
do.
signature weapon.
No.
Seeing the robots shooting the fucking guns that are just upscaled looks really stupid.
Yeah. Well, you need a big robot to fire a big gun. That's completely why they built those Evangelion.
Yeah.
Because you need a giant gun to take down an angel, but a little tiny human can't pull that trigger.
Well, why don't you just make the gun smaller?
That's not gonna work.
Why don't you make the trigger smaller?
No, you need the bullets the size of cars. That's why that works.
Yeah, but you just make it so you press a button.
You gonna ruin my anime? You talking about ruining my anime?
This whole episode reminded me a lot of the Gurren Lagann episodes where they were on the sea in a battleship.
Yeah, I didn't make it to that far, I don't think.
It was when they fought the second general, I think, the Scorpion Lady. I was like, oh, okay, I see this now. Yeah. I'm seeing the parallels, Joe.
Oh, yeah. I hear that there's some big ones.
Yep. End of the episode ended with Shinji's dad finding a fossilized fetus.
Yeah, of one of the angels of the first one.
Oh, it was the first angel? I thought it was... You said it was the first human.
They get into it later on in the series. We don't quite know completely yet, but yes and no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, next episode, Asuka starts going to school with them.
Yeah?
And opens up with one of the kids selling creep shots.
Oh, yeah.
For 30 yen a piece, which I think is just like
10 cents.
Yeah, that's like 30 cents.
Yeah.
But I noticed something about it, is that it had like a, so because, you know, this was made in like the 80s, 90s, whatever. Oh,
95.
Yeah, mid-late 90s. You still had to like go to Walgreens to get your fucking shit processed. So they had that on the side.
Just getting 10,000 pictures of this teenage girl processed.
Yeah, I guess they just really... I mean, if you're working at post-apocalyptic Walgreens, you really don't give a shit if someone's creeping on a 14-year-old girl. You've got enough problems with your fucking radiated son.
Yeah, I mean, even in normal Japan, they kind of normalize pedophilia, but...
I noticed that for her like theme and a lot of her scenes, there's like a fucking guitar twang. Because I guess she's supposed to be like Western. Because she's from Germany.
Well, that's kind of to the west. And
her middle name is Langley, much like Langley Falls. You know where Langley Falls is? That's the CIA. That's American Dad. Well, so American Dad is in fact canon.
Oh, in the universe?
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
Roger, there's like a funny scene where Roger gets drunk on martinis at like
and he
midnight.
Pilots the Eva.
Yeah, and then he tries to pilot the Eva and he accidentally knocks down one of the two towers and he's like, oops, sorry! Sorry, America!
Oh, you did that really loud and annoying, just like Roger.
Exactly. Seth Green, listen. I would be a great voice. Listen, I can do Stewie. Ooh, I'm gay. I'm gay, baby.
Joe, that just sounds like you.
No, that doesn't sound like me.
So, I lost my train of thought.
I can do Peter.
What's your Peter, huh?
Hey, Lois! I'm gay, too!
Very funny, Joe.
Thank you very much.
You ever heard of Jerry Seinfeld? You're like him, but without the pedophilia allegations.
That's good, though. He was a millionaire, he fucked children, and I don't.
And don't what? You didn't specify which one of those two you like, Joe.
I do not fuck little kids.
Okay. No, listen, Joe. Anyway, so I like how there's still weird little bits of comedy.
Yeah. There's a ton of comedy in the early episodes.
Like the Evas getting like shoved into the ground with their legs sticking up and shit.
Yeah.
Some of the other things I picked up on this episode is that every time the angels show up, they're addressing some kind of flaw with the humans' plans and shit.
Yeah, they're probing.
So, I'm pretty sure that it's either they're probing to find something, or it's like a deliberate thing to like make them, hey, maybe you should fix this, because there's going to be a bigger angel coming, and you got to get ready for this fucking thing that's going to fucking kill your planet.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that's true or not, because like I said, I don't know anything about Eva.
I ain't spoiling.
But, here's something else that I had a question about.
Okay.
Why is Rey even around? Like, it seems like she's not contributing much other than being, like, other than showing that Shinji's dad likes her more than him.
No, here's what happened. She was big in the first, like, 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And then Hideaki Anno kind of admitted that he forgot she existed. And, like, he kind of realized making some of the episodes so he, like, threw in shots of her there. She'll come back later on, but he did kind of forget that she was a character for a minute.
He's like fucking the Dragon Ball Z guy, where he just forgets certain characters exist.
Yeah, I think you gotta throw Pickle Man.
There was a character in Dragon Ball, Launch. She was at the start of Dragon Ball Z, and he just straight up forgot she existed.
Yeah.
Because she was supposed to be at Master Roshi's house, and she just never showed up until like the very, very end of the series. Because he was like, oh shit, that's right!
Yeah. Wait, here, I got a Dragon Ball question for you. What happens if you, like, get all 7 of, like, the Dragon Balls and, like, throw them in your pool or something? Will something cool happen with the water?
Well, if you arrange them correctly, yes, Shenron will appear.
Oh, okay. Is that, like, a cool, like whale or something?
No, Shenron's the giant green dragon, Joe.
Oh,
and he answers, he goes, what is your wish? And then you can get your
I want to be all wet, yo. Put me back in the pool.
Stop dry.
Give me my floaties. I can't swim without these goddamn floaties.
Yeah. And then he sends the Dragon Balls across the planet again.
Oh, and then you gotta go find them?
Yep, you gotta go find them, but they're stones, so you gotta wait one more year before you can make another wish.
Oh, damn. And then I'd be like, oh, shit, man, I'm all wet. I didn't think this through. I gotta dry my hair.
Speaking of getting wet...
Yeah, I gotta dry my big poofy anime hair.
The fucking dude who made this, what was his name again?
Hideaki Anno.
Yeah, he's got a fucking leg fetish. Like, it's a little bit uncomfortable.
He is a self-identified, like, extreme otaku.
Pedophile.
No, not pedophile.
Well, you said extreme otaku.
Yeah, otaku, yeah. So basically, he's one of those guys who, like, loves giant robots and, like, anime to the point of exclusion of everything else. So, like, he would just, like, show up on, like, an early Studio Ghibli film he worked on, which was Nasasai of the Wind. I haven't seen it, so I'm not pronouncing that correctly. But, like, he would just show up, like, unwashed, and he would be walking around the office without shoes. But then, like, Miyazaki took a shining to him, so they excused it. But he's like this giant, unwashed, like, filthy man who just walks around with no shoes or common decency. But he does good work on the explosions and stuff, so they tolerate him.
So, after that is episode 10, which Joe was telling me is regarded as the worst episode?
Well, So there's two trains of thought. It's people either think that this is the worst one or episodes 25, 26 are the worst ones. But then some people also think that 25, 26 are the best episodes of the series.
Oh. So
it's just extremely divisive, yeah. But 10 is just kind of the most, like, bland, weird episode of the series.
Oh, I thought you said Tad at first, so I thought you were saying Tad is the most bland.
Yeah, I'm the podcast host.
Yeah, okay, Joe. You're gonna fucking long walk home and slash your tires, bitch.
Well, listen, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take your tires off your car, and I'm gonna throw them through your windows so the dog gets out.
I thought you were gonna say put them on your car. I was gonna say, good fucking luck, Joe. You have no idea
I don't know how to
do
that, but I can rip your tires off and throw them through the window.
So, I didn't have any problem with episode 10. Until she put on the fat suit and she started jiggling and making sloshing noises.
Asuka's thick.
Remember, Joe, if you want the audience to be properly discussing with you, you have to say Asuka's thick and smack your lips loud enough for the microphone to pick up on it.
You don't think that picked up?
No, and please do not do it again.
Closer? Okay, I understand.
But the big fat white, the big fat armor for the Eva looked like one of those robots from Dragon Ball GT.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like they're egg shaped.
No, I've never seen a single episode of Dragon Ball anything.
Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Heroes.
Nope.
Dragon Ball Kai? You never seen any of it?
No.
You ever played the games?
I prefer the M. Night Shyamalan film.
I watched Dragon Ball Evolution years ago with Alex. Oh, it's... Yeah. I think I need to rewatch it. It's been too long.
Yeah, no, I know people were disgusted with that.
Yeah. But Magma Diver is kind of nice. Shinji, like, kind of became more tolerable. As he started doing things of his own volition again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, a lot of people watching the series are completely disgusted with Shinji and Asuka. But the thing of it is, it really depends on what you're watching. Because we're watching subs. And, like, with the subs, the language is a lot quieter. With the dub, the first American dub in particular, Shinji just whines throughout the entirety of it. Like, even the very beginning, he's just whining. So a lot of people just think that he's a disgusting whiner.
Which, I mean, he kind of is.
He is in that dub.
He is at least for 8 episodes. Yeah. And then he kind of starts getting...
Yeah, and then Asuka is, like, extremely cruel in the dub.
Yeah. I just wish she would just hit me really hard, Joe.
Yeah. Here's what I want her to do. She gets in that big fat suit, right? That thick, wet fat suit. And she just sits right on old Joe Buck's lap. Yeah, I'm Santa Claus. I'll grant you a couple wishes, all right?
I'm Santa Claus. I'm like Shenron.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, so episode 11, I only had, like, one note, because, like, a bunch of cool stuff happened in the episode, but, it was all character drama stuff, you know, like, what, you know, hey, like, you had the 3 characters that are basically adult versions of the 3 kids. 3. Except Shinji just goes from being a quiet, like, nerd to, like, just a piece of shit.
Yeah, pussy grabbing Chad.
Yeah. But the 3 work as a team for the spider, you know, and then the power went out. This is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just really an episode to kind of get them to know each other, really
introduce, like, that dynamic and stuff. We skipped over the dance episode. That's the one we mainly skipped over.
Oh, yeah, that was,
episode 9.
Yeah, where they put on, like, the 80s dance gear.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
Yep, Shinji had to wear, like, a dress-looking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and then in the episode before that, he had to wear a women's suit. Oh, man, Joe. Oh, man. We got suits.
And let me tell you,
we got legs.
Oh, there is a $700 anime figure of every single one of those costume changes of every single character.
So, episode 12, I started getting feelings just from the quotes that his dad was saying that Shinji's probably specially bred to drive an Eva. Like, his dad probably fucking put some jism into, like, an angel or something, and then mixed the DNA to make Shinji. And then he was like, wow, this child is a fucking bitch. I really don't like him. And then just, like, dumped him off somewhere, and then was like, oh, hey, yeah, he's old enough. And then went back and grabbed him. Was it on his birthday when the first episode?
Oh, when the first one? I'm not sure.
I remember his birthday coming up. Yeah, I don't remember if it was, like, then or not.
Well, no, there's actually a scrapped birthday episode, I remember, reading in the, like, neon pitch, like the Eva pitch. Huh. It was originally going to be.
There's a party going on for, what's her face? For Masato, yeah.
Best girl, Masato.
Yeah, and it's like a loop. The only way I can tell it's a loop is that there's an that's either Asuka or the penguin. I can't tell which, but it happens 5 times.
It's high pitched and coarse.
In this episode, they show off the South Pole and what the second impact was.
Yeah.
Which was some kind of 4-winged thing, like an insect wing, 4-winged angel. I know is like a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it was the first angel. I don't.
Oh,
think it was.
It wasn't the one in the series. No, it wasn't the first.
Well,
one
I mean, the first one that hit the Earth. I don't think it was the first angel because it's the second impact.
Yeah, not exactly. It's something like that. But
I'm sure we'll get a little bit more info.
Well, kind of. So it's like it's not like explicitly said in the series, but you can piece it together.
It's like a lore.
Yeah, it is a lore thing.
Yeah, I like that the South Pole is just red now, looking like blood and shit.
Oh yeah.
Now I kind of pieced it together that what was her name again?
Masato.
That she was from the South Pole area. That's why she has the penguin. Because in the South Pole there's penguin, North Pole there's bears. Well, she needs somebody to
keep her company. Yeah. Otherwise she'd just be alone drinking beer, and nobody wants that.
Yep. So I really like the visuals of the South Pole now.
Cool. The second impact's extremely cool. I think Venture Brothers probably said it best, is that we pissed in God's eye and God blinked.
Yeah. So at the end of this episode, Shinji was happy, so I know that shit's gonna go downhill really fucking fast in the next few episodes.
Oh, you're gonna see that little boy cry.
Because, like, things are going really well, so what I imagine is gonna happen is slowly every single person that cares about him, he's going to snap at some point and let them down, and then people are just gonna start turning on him. Yeah. And then he's gonna want to not pilot the robot, and then they force him into the robot, and eventually he goes fucking nuclear.
Yeah.
And then, like, he probably kills God or something. I don't know, at the end of the series.
Well,
maybe God kills him. Or we kill him, society.
Throughout that whole plot description, I'd say it's probably like maybe 50% right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, that's a high F.
It's a high F, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we will end this recording now, and we will be back with the next batch of episodes.
Oh, wait. No, stop it.
What?
I was gonna say, this is referred to by the fans as the action arc. We're, like, basically wrapped up with this, so we're going into the next arc now. So
going into the drama, and then the last bit is probably gonna be the comedy arc. We're gonna have a lot of goofs.
The high school comedy arc.
Yeah, Shinji's gonna go to high school, and he's gonna get a boner in front of the art class. Ooh!
Well, yeah, I'm actually not, like, completely joking. You'll see it when we get to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Alright, so on to episode 13.
Yep.
Episode 13 was all about the Magi, those 3 supercomputers that were mentioned a few times earlier, but they didn't get their own kind of Magi-focused episode till now.
Yeah.
I like the Magi, I like the name a lot, because it's only one letter away from magic, because these things are just fucking crazy supercomputers.
Like the Gathering, almost.
Yeah.
Like you could lightning bolt them.
Yeah, or summon a virus angel. That's my favorite Magic the Gathering card. We keep things topical here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's because, you know what I hate more than anything? Oko.
I thought you were going to say Jews.
No, Oko.
Yeah, you got banned immediately, Joe. Who gives a shit?
In Commander, I still have to deal with him in Commander, sir.
Well, that's your fault for playing Commander.
The greatest format in the game?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the 3 robots, Joe, you said they were named after the wise men?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I heard, at least.
Oh, yeah, well, what were their names, Joe? Do you remember?
Balcazar,
Okay. Balthazar, yes.
Casper,
Yes.
like the ghost.
Yeah, like the friendly ghost who died of pneumonia.
Yeah, he was a little child ghost,
And then
he
they,
died
like-
in the Great Depression, and
Yeah, he
had
froze
nothing.
froze to death, and then they retconned it to be ghosts or like aliens or something in one of the movies.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing they had to do with Luigi's Mansion, because there was just a dead baby ghost.
Oh,
and
yeah,
and
that's
they
true.
said, they said that the ghost just fucked instead and made a baby ghost. So instead, there's just canonically Nintendo sex, which is worse, Dad.
The worst is whatever the third name was, Joe. Burpo. Yeah, the third one is Burpo. So I really liked this angel. It was like a virus, a computer virus, that because it was adapting to just all the different shit that came up to it.
Yeah, it's basically almost if like an angel was just algae.
Algae.
Yeah, kind of like how it like spreads and like gets its tentacles and everything.
No, I mean, are you thinking of fungi? Are you thinking of mold?
Well, kind of like that, yeah.
I mean, they're all fucking plants. Who gives a shit?
Ugh. You know, one time I saw like a bunch of like you know those like things you blow on and they spread the seeds.
Yeah, the dandelion puffs.
Yeah, there was like some neighbor I really hated in Grand Ridge, so I took a bunch of those dandelions and just blew them into her yard. So, like her yard was just taken over by those flowers.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
You were a little monster.
well, I was 20 at that point.
So the way they beat this angel was pretty neat. Basically, the three fucking Evas were just out of the episode.
Oh yeah. They were only in it for 2 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, they just immediately went, "Hey, let's get the Evas the fuck out of here because we can't have this thing reach the suits."
Yeah.
Which is an interesting little note that he would like. That was his absolute number one priority. Just we got to get them the fuck out of here. Like the Magi were second, but the Eva units were first.
Yeah. I don't know if they've revealed it yet, but there are other Magi systems in different parts of the world. This is just the original one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so what they did was they basically made it. They supercharged its evolution to the point where I think I understand how this worked. Basically, they made it think to the point where it's like I've evolved to get around these perceived millions and millions and millions of different scenarios, and now the only way, like I've realized that now the only way that I can continue is to basically end it on my own terms.
Yeah.
Because every single thing is incredibly hostile to me. So the only thing I could do to actually time my own death is just take it now. Yeah. So I still have that agency, I guess, if I'm understanding it right.
Yeah, I think so. Because basically they got it trapped in a stalemate where it was going to try to self-destruct the facility. So like they uploaded the counter software or whatever to try to stop it that way.
That was a cool episode. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad.
Joe was telling me that this is the end of the action arc.
Yep.
And as he was saying that, I was really thinking that, I thought the Magi were just going to get corrupted, and then everything's just going to go fucking sharply downhill.
No, yeah, not like that way.
Nope, they got out of it. Scot-free, I'd say.
Yeah, basically on this one, yeah.
So then episode 14 is a recap episode.
Yeah. These are really big in, like, Japanese anime, because, like, I guess at the time they didn't really do reruns all that often, and you'd have to wait for the VHS. Otherwise, so, like, basically, if you, like, start watching the anime, like, a fourth of the way in, you need a recap episode, because otherwise you'll just be lost and won't know what's happening.
Yeah, it'll just be kind of fucked over. Did Twin Peaks ever get a single recap episode?
They had little things in the beginning and end of each episode, like saying, here's what happened previously on Twin Peaks, and then here's what's coming up next.
Oh. Huh.
But yeah, no straight recap on Twin Peaks.
Okay.
They were fucking around a lot, though, in Twin Peaks in that second half. There's, like, an episode where James just goes and fixes, like, an old lady's bike.
You gotta fill that fucking airtime, that anime filler.
Oh, yeah.
The James arc.
Oh, God, I wish we had James and Eva.
He'd be so cool.
Yeah,
well,
he's so handsome.
There's that one guy, his name's not Tetsuo, I know that. That's the dude from fucking Akira.
Oh, yeah. Toji.
Yeah, Toji.
Yeah.
So, episode 14, the recap, I really like the way that they presented it. It was, the Commander Ikari, or was it Commander? I forget his fucking
Yeah,
thing.
he's Commander.
Okay.
Yeah,
Commander Ikari was giving his presentation to, like, the Illuminati people, where they're each, in the different color. I like those guys a lot, where they're all, like, just one color, like one shade. It's kind of neat. I like it.
And they got like weird things. Like there's some guy who just he's got no eyes, so he's just got like metal over him.
Yeah.
Or they're really cool glasses. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's the future. It's the far off future of 2015.
Yeah. I can't think of anything that could have happened then.
The angels were given names for their anime figs that you can buy now. The text that was on the screen goes by fucking really quick.
Look at me split.
Holy shit. I was barely able to read it.
Yeah, well, and let me tell you, like, coming up, like, in the series, you might have to pause some stuff to see it.
Because the Japanese will have 10 characters.
Well, there's quick readers. That's why.
I mean, I read fast, but even I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So, I liked how when they had other statements by, like, the secondary characters that have, like, in the notes, they have, like, statement from yada yada yada, taken from yada 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 letters.
Yeah.
Which lets you know that, like, they could just get that info from the postal service.
Yeah.
And just everything's kind of big brothered.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say though, because I think in speedrunning they use Japanese because the text goes by faster, so that's probably also what's contributing to it.
Less characters,
because they would have faster text.
So the first half of the episode was a recap. The second half was Rei and Shinji fucking around with swapping, being able to pilot each other's units.
Yeah, each other's Evas.
It opened up with like Rei doing a free association.
Yeah.
Where she's just kind of going out there while she was in Shinji's robot, I think.
Yeah, Unit 1.
Yeah, Unit 1, which seems to apparently be, like, very, very special.
Yeah, they really need that.
Yeah, there's something about it. Did she pilot it before Shinji got in it? Or was Shinji the first one to pilot it?
No, Rei actually got injured messing with her robot.
Okay, so Shinji was the very first one to do it. We still don't know exactly why Shinji was so compatible with it. My theory is that Shinji's probably some fucked up, like... I think Shinji's got some kind of mark bullshit on him. Like, he's
like part frog.
Not like that, but like... So, to jump ahead a bit, we kind of find out some things, and we'll get there, because we're going in chronological order.
Yeah.
But... the things that I know now, all the way up to episode 16.
Oh, are we? Yeah.
Yeah. 16 was the last one we watched.
Yeah.
Things about the Eva units, things about the angels. I get a feeling that Shinji there's something very special about him. His dad just like left him and with like his aunts, I think.
Like a teacher. He basically, he got left with a teacher whenever he was like 5 or 6.
Oh, so he just fucked... Yeah, so I think there's something going on with Shinji that makes him special.
Yeah. And
especially because when he's in the 0-1 unit, as soon as he goes unconscious, the thing just goes ape shit.
Yeah.
So...
it hasn't been revealed quite yet.
Yeah, I have in here in my notes that I'm wondering what they're made of, and I was like, I'm just going to guess they're made out of some kind of human material.
Yeah.
So Shinji and Rei are very compatible with each other, and they're able to swap Evas pretty well.
Yeah.
The 0-0-1, Shinji's in there, and he starts doing the free association thing again, but then it just starts fucking going ape shit. And it tries to fucking... I can't... Rei thought it was trying to kill her.
Yeah.
And then the blonde lady thought it was trying to kill her.
It was trying to kill her.
Yeah, but I think it was trying to kill Rei because Rei was connected with it. And these things are like... I have a very strong feeling that these things do not like being piloted, and they do not like being connected to these preteens.
Well.
And that these things are living, and they are not happy. Like in the first episode where it opened up its eye on its own and looked at Shinji. I was like, hey, fucker.
Yeah. Would you like being connected to you, like, if your little brother was, like, on your back, and just, like, hitting your head and telling you where to move?
So episode 15, Nerve starts getting the squeeze put on them because they were covering up the virus shit.
Yeah.
They talk more about the Human Instrumentality Project, which I think is just the Eva units, where they're using humans as an instrument to control these things, right?
Well, yeah, the project hasn't been revealed yet.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was just straight up.
No, they haven't talked about that quite yet.
Okay, so my idea for what that is that they're molding and shaping these children to be, like, essentially a sacrifice, like a pagan-ass sacrifice and shit. They're using them as some kind of instrument to do a thing.
Yeah.
So, something involving going through these children, something about them makes them special.
Yeah. At this point, they keep saying that they've got, like, a script that they're going off of with all these events.
Yeah. So, they're just playing some fucking 5D chess. Yep.
And I have to play 2D checkers. And I lost against the chicken.
The what?
The chicken. Over at fairs, they have, like, a chicken that can play chess, but really what they're doing is just shocking its feet, and then it moves the checkerboard.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's real fun.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So I am actually really liking the character drama between the three groups of tweens, three groups of the adults. There's a lot of similarities between them.
Yeah, because all three of them were born after Second Impact. So yeah, they're all 14.
Yeah, I like how like the three kids, they're all like clumsy and awkward. And then the adults are also clumsy and awkward, but in different ways.
Yeah.
So there's a fun parallel going on there.
I wish Genda was my father.
Yeah. He'd be so cool. He'd abandon me with a teacher and kill my mom, probably.
Well, he raises his glasses up really cool with one hand. Like,
I do, man. The animation studio is probably really happy about that character because he just has the one frame, and you don't gotta move him. You don't even gotta animate his eyes. He covers his mouth, so you don't gotta fucking animate that.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can talk about the animation a little bit.
We'll do that at the end of this thing.
Oh, okay.
Or at least after I finish the next.
Yeah, I get you.
So at the end of 15, where Nerve's getting the squeeze, it's revealed that the first angel named Adam is in the central base of Nerve. The very, very first angel that appeared. The one from the first impact, right?
Well, the second impact still.
Oh, so what the fuck is the
first impact still hasn't been yet.
Yeah.
You gotta wait for it.
So, which is probably why the angels keep appearing directly over the base.
Wow, I mean, maybe it would be a better idea to keep it somewhere else, but...
Yeah, I mean, like, that brought the idea of, okay, are there multiple angels appearing all over the world? Wouldn't they be like, hey, all of the angels are showing up in your one spot. Do you want to, like, maybe explain
maybe
that?
some breeze?
Yeah, do you want to, like, explain why these are all showing up at your base and not anywhere else? Although they're also probably happy that they're not showing up on, like...
Yeah, over in Germany, just crushing, like, people with, like, dumb cakes and stuff.
Yeah, where they don't have an Eva unit, so all they do is just go, well,
they have to...
guess we'll die.
Yeah, they have to, like, throw rocks and old Holocaust memorial stones at them.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
So, the thing that confused me, though, about this first angel that was named Adam is that in episode 8, the guy says, oh, we found the first human named Adam. And I was wondering, like, okay, so are angels just humans? Are humans angels? What is this? You know, and
well, do you want me to tell you, kind of?
I'm sure it'll be answered, but I'm kind of thinking, like, well, what the fuck? Because there's a thing that's similar to this that's in Gurren Lagann about the anti-spiral. But I imagine that might be related to this because the two are like very very similar. Yeah. So that was episode 15, and then the last one of this batch was 16, which was the name was really fucking long, but it was like Splitting the Breast was the second name.
Yeah, because each one has two names, so
yeah. So this one was like they had a reverse, like like a Wacky Wily Coyote, where he throws the circle at the ground and he jumps through it and he pops out.
And then the dumb coyote falls through it.
Yeah, and then the coyote has an existential crisis while sitting in his pool of amniotic fluid, and then he smells blood.
Yeah. Well, that would be a funny episode, I bet.
Yeah. So I was actually starting to feel a little sorry for Asuka.
Yeah.
Because she's just surrounded by people who were not responsive to her at all. Like, she's a very high level person, but Shinji barely reciprocates anything she does. And then Rei just ignores her. Yeah. Because Rei is just like fucking, I don't know, autistic. Well, yeah. I think she just might be.
Well, Rei ain't got time for your shit. That's why.
So she's just like, she doesn't really know how to express herself very well.
Yeah,
so she's, lashing out at things. I like how Shinji's mood keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. Like he starts the series really, really low. Then he starts going up a bit and he goes back down.
Yeah, because he has to go back up. Away.
And he goes back up, and then his dad's like, hey, good job, Shinji. And then he's, oh, man, I'm so happy. My dad acknowledged my existence. Then he goes back down again. Yeah. But he keeps, middling level. And then they give him a single fucking compliment and it immediately goes to his head.
Yeah.
Just like Tavros from Homestuck. Yeah. You don't remember that, Joey?
I don't recall.
In the middle of Act 5, Act 2, when Tavros got complimented and then he shot an old man?
No, I think I might have saw a different thing where it was like two gray people and they were slapping each other's bellies and they were doing a thing called the belly slap dance.
Oh, that was Homestuck 2.
Oh.
Which is a real thing.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just called Homestuck 2. It's fucking atrocious.
Well, I like some good fan fiction every now and again.
Yep. Then once again, so Shinji falls in this wacky fucking upside down Junji Ito black pit.
Yeah, because it's like basically it's like a spear and then
a spear. You mean a sphere, Joe? Or do you mean a sphere? Because it's pronounced sphere.
Oh, really? Is it?
Yeah, Joe. I'm the president of shapes, so I should know this. Anyway, he falls into the black goop.
Yeah.
And then he's just stuck there for almost enough time to kill him. And then he just finally blacks out. Thing goes fucking ape shit, rips the angel in half, and pops out.
Yep.
So
almost like birth.
Yeah. He rips his way out of the womb.
Yep.
That's why he was tasting blood, because the fucking thing got severed and all that.
Yeah.
Sever the umbilical cord. Now he's completely unhinged. Now he's unattached.
Now he's ready to take his mark against
ready to
society.
Fuck. Yeah. Gamers rise up. Oh, yeah. Dude, epic. But then Katsuragi confirms my suspicions that the Evas are just made out of angel shit from Adam, because he had that orange goop. That was when he was, of course, he was, crucified.
Yeah.
He was missing his lower half, so I think they've just been taking his flesh off of him.
Yeah.
And then, putting it, wherever.
Yeah.
Just studying it, whatever the fuck they're doing.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I was going to ask you, who do you think Shinji's going to end up with at the end of the series? Misato, Rei, or Asuka?
I know exactly who he's going to end up with. It's going to be a Colt 45 against his fucking temple.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost certain that Shinji's going to die at the end.
Yeah.
By his own hand or by killing everyone around him in some action that he takes.
Yeah.
Shinji's a fucking loose cannon. They're going to push him too far.
Well, yeah. He's like Dirty Harry. Did I count 6 bullets or 5?
Yeah, Dirty Shinji.
See, that'd be a good, a new manga adaptation.
Yeah. So what was it that you want to say about the animation?
Oh, well, with the animation, basically, right around, episode, 14 or so, Hideaki Anno basically wanted to, try to learn more about the character Rei that he wrote, so somebody lent him, a book on psychology.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And then he realized that he had been, severely depressed for, the past 4 years. Yeah, and then he basically decided to change everything from this point on. So any work that had been done up to this point had been mostly scripts. And at this point, the episodes are just being written as they're going to be animated.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll see some more. I hope we see more. I really liked the stream of consciousness that was going on with Shinji.
Yeah,
we haven't seen one with Asuka yet, but with Shinji and Rei. I like those a lot. I like the rapid fire animation with it. It's very interesting. I like it.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get more of that.
So, and you guys will get more of this when we do our thing.
Here, I got, because I forget the name of it. This arc is called the Descent arc.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Stop fucking kicking the hat box. Jesus.
No,
put your fucking feet on the ground.
On the ground?
It picks up every time you kick the fucking thing.
What? Like I'm supposed to be on some kind of roller coaster?
Every time you fucking kick that, it makes more work for me.
Why do you have to remove it? I bet the audience would enjoy my kicking.
Yeah, the audience also like me beating the fuck out of you.
Well, I am stronger than you. You cannot do that.
Bullshit. I'm gonna fart on you.
You better not.
Alright, so, episode 17, The Fourth Child. So, I mentioned this a little bit ago, but no one ever fucking talks about The Fourth Child. So I was immediately like, oh, well, whoever this is probably just going to fucking die immediately and is just going to be a plot point, or is just generally not going to be that important.
Yeah, because let me tell you, my mom actually kept screaming about, like, a fourth child, but all that stopped after the coat hanger incident. Yeah.
I know that there is, like, there's, like, some girl in a pink suit that was, like, a thing. I don't know if that was just a movie
That's
thing.
in Rebuilds, yeah.
Okay. That's weird. That they just add a whole new character?
Yeah.
Or maybe she in the Rebuilds just dies immediately, like how I assume this one would.
Yeah, maybe. You'll have to wait.
This is happening right after that episode where Shinji fell inside of that one angel.
Inside the hole.
Yeah, fell inside there and, like, then kind of went unconscious and ripped his way out of it.
Yeah. Well, no, the Eva did. Like, he just basically checked out.
Yeah. So I noticed that Akari wasn't actually present when Shinji and 01 were being taken over, like, by that thing.
Yeah.
And I remember making a real big deal about when the virus one came in. He's like, don't let him get anywhere near the Evas.
Yeah, inside the Evas.
So I'm surprised that he wasn't, like, more important in this episode when one of the Evas literally, like, was getting taken over, you know?
Yeah.
But,
well, no, I don't think that Eva was getting taken over. It was,
well, I mean, they don't know what the angels are doing. Well,
yeah.
He does, I think.
Yeah.
Because later in this episode, he talks about that he reminded me that the Dead Sea Scrolls were a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's the script he keeps talking about.
Yeah.
Because in real life, the Dead Sea Scrolls are basically just like a bunch of scraps of paper from 600 BC.
I think it's like about some plagues. Like they talk about how there's going to be like a bunch of frogs and locusts and shit.
I'm pretty sure that's not what's on the Dead Sea Scrolls.
I know my Bible.
No, you didn't. What does it say in the Binding of Isaac, huh?
It said you get +1 key or +1 bomb if you use it.
No, I know that's not true.
Or sometimes a random item effect.
There you go, Joe.
Well...
You missed the most important part of the item.
Well, I don't use it, because it can kill you if you're playing as the Lost. And that's the only character I play as, because I'm a hardcore Isaac player.
Joe, keep it down. It's really annoying to have to edit your voice every single time you speak.
No, every single time.
Yes, every single time.
I don't think I'm that loud.
Anyway, so I thought it was weird that Akari was just completely out of that earlier episode. But I only noticed that in this one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got, like, important businessman stuff to do.
Yeah, more important than the literally most important part of the entire operation.
He's got, like, a capsule hotel to stay at. Where do you think he sleeps after a long night? Playing pachinko.
Yeah, so this episode, they keep tiptoeing around who the fourth child is.
Yeah.
No one tells Shinji because they're afraid, I guess, that he's just going to shoot up a school once he finds out.
Wow. He seems like the type.
This is a Japanese one. So if he was an American student...
he would commit seppuku
and
at
the
school grounds.
And the Netflix version where Shinji is an American high school student, he would just shoot up his entire class.
Yeah.
So, this episode, him and Toji go over to, like, Rei's room. It's just completely fucking empty. There's just
a bunch of garbage all over the floor.
Yeah, garbage all over, and there's still a bunch of, like, pills and shit.
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder, I wonder if she's chronically ill, or if this is still leftovers from when he first, like, near the start of the series where Rei was already fucked up from a test.
Yeah.
And if it just, like, really fucked her up and gave her, like, a bunch of concussions or something.
Yeah. Well, what it probably is she's got, like, mesothelioma, like, her joints hurt, so she's gonna become, like, one of those fat, obese women who just, like, stick their needles of insulin, like, in their arm and throw them over in the corner. And then they've got a big poking stick to get their wade through their garbage to find the remote.
They throw it in the insulin pile, and they gotta shoo the cats away from it.
Yeah, get the cats and the children away. They're just walking barefoot through Roach Home. But yeah, no, that's why I'm surprised, because Asuka gets, like, a big, giant plug suit, so why can't Rei?
So I didn't think that Toji was the fourth pilot. I thought it was just going to be a bait and switch.
Yeah. I can't remember if I thought it was him or not whenever I was watching it.
Because I've seen on a poster before that there's some white-haired boy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is probably the fourth one. It's probably someone from Russia or something.
Yeah.
You know, one of these other fake-ass countries.
Yeah. Nothing is more important than Japan.
Yeah. So, I thought it might actually be his sister.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that they were kind of bait and switching us because they called him into the principal's office because maybe something was going on with his sister.
Yeah.
And they were going to tell him, hey, your sister's going to be going over to this place and she's going to help pilot the Eva. And...
No, I always thought that he got caught shitting in the urinal again.
Yep.
They finally had it with old Toji.
Sounds like you're projecting a little bit, Joe.
No, I would never shit in the urinal, but what I would do is I would just piss all over the mirrors at the school. I was a bundle of rage.
Did you ever pee on mirrors?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just take your dick out, you piss a little bit on the mirror, you get on your way.
You gotta aim upwards.
Yeah, you do. Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
You gotta avoid your own mouth. You've got to try to hit the ceiling and not hit your own mouth.
Jeez.
It's a delicate art. It's a delicate balancing act. I'm like a mime on a typewriter with my dick and pee out.
So, one of the main reason I thought it was going to be the sister, but while I thought maybe it could be him, would be if his sister takes a downward turn, because every single one of the Eva units is an emotionally unstable child.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe that's the thing, and then that kind of makes him a better pilot, yada yada. Ikari set it up, yada yada yada. He's a big evil bad man, etc., etc., etc.
Because what they could do to make sure that the sister doesn't run away is to sever her spine, and that way she has to sit in the pilot seat.
Like that one fucking, that one famous Japanese murder.
Woman in the cement?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was
that one's gnarly.
Up. Jesus, when was that?
That was like 90-something. That was very recent, yeah. Yeah, and they all got off with it.
Yep.
Did like a couple of years apiece.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So, that was 17. Everyone was tiptoeing around who this guy is. No one wanted to tell Shinji at all.
Yeah.
So 18, there's some English dudes just straight up speaking English, like kind of like whatever.
Yeah, they had to put in Japanese subtitles into the show. That was a first.
Yeah, and then you can hear them later in the episode too, where they're reading off the stats as the Evas are, of course, having an issue.
Yeah. They're probably bragging about like how they just won like $100 American in their big baseball game.
I sure love pachinko.
Yeah. There's nothing I love more than the Knicks and the bald eagle.
I really thought you were going to say something else, Joe. You were saying the Knicks.
Yeah. No, I would never say that in the pod. I said that in my own private life and screaming it outside my car window if I see one.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
What? And you have not given me my Baconator fries yet, have you? So I will use my free speech and go elsewhere.
So what happened in this episode is that in Nevada, it was either Nevada or Utah. The desert of the U.S. looks the fucking same, no matter what.
It's most of the U.S. is a wasteland.
Yeah, it's all...
There's 4 cities in the entire continent.
Yeah. So, they were showing satellite footage of where they were building Eva Units 3 and 4, and it just got wiped clean.
Yep.
They're not sure if an angel got it. They're not sure if there was a malfunction in the engine that they were working on.
Yeah, the S2 engine.
Or what?
Because, the whole base disappeared.
It just, boop, disappeared in this flat Earth.
Yep.
It wasn't like a big explosion, it was just flat. So, they weren't sure. Maybe, like, another one of those angels that Shinji fell into was there or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
So, that one, they're bringing that one over, which is Unit 3. Because Unit 4 is just, Unit 4 just exploded or something.
Well, Unit 4 is the one that disappeared.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, yeah. So, Unit 3 is the one that was just kept somewhere else in the U.S., and they brought that over here.
Yeah.
Because they found a pilot, and that pilot was Toji.
Yep.
So, Toji's only, like, concern was to make sure that his sister got taken here. So, because I guess as a pilot, he's going to be spending most of his time in Nerve.
Yeah, a lot of it, yeah.
And
plus, they would have a lot better medical shit.
Yeah, exactly. So, this episode, these 2 episodes here, 17 and 18, there was a lot of... I
was going to say, they don't have to worry about, like, Blackouts just killing his sister.
Yeah, that's true. Because every time an angel shows up, you fucking break off half the city. You gotta get
out all the power. You gotta divert all the power away from the elderly.
There was some good character drama. Love triangles, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Young children being young children.
Yeah, I want to see him get with the class rep.
And then some fucking wacko jacko shit started going down. So they have Toji in the suit.
Yeah.
And then there was an angel that was like infesting it. Ikari looked like he didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like he was like, oh, this wasn't in the script. That's kind of fucked. And so then it pretty much just rips through Asuka and Rei, like, really, really easily.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a powerful one.
Or, as it's revealed later, they might not be getting more powerful. They might just be, like, lessening the... we'll get to it.
Yeah. It's like whenever you put the kid in the pool for the first time, you gotta give him the little floaties.
Yeah. So, the 03 looks a lot like 01.
Yeah, it's
just
basically
the silhouette.
same model.
Yeah, the silhouette and the body is very, very close. I don't know why. I think Unit 2 was just different because it just looked different for parts. Her. Yeah.
They have to do lefty-loosey instead of righty-tighty on the screws, and that made it look weird.
You know what? I bet the US one got destroyed because we used we're still post-apocalypse, still trying to use
system.
Not using the metric system. We're using the fucking our bullshit inches.
Well, all the Japanese parts, all the instructions would say metric system. No, and then the Americans would be like, "What that mean? I don't know. Let's do it."
Joe, I know that you are an engineering student, right?
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, I've got my PhD in engineering, so I could. No, not in sucking penis.
European screws and American screws are different.
Much like the Game Boy screws. I mean, Nintendo over there patented a new type of screw to make sure that us dirty Americans cannot interfere with their buttons.
Really?
So yeah, we had to import a special screwdriver to open them.
You can't just use a steak knife?
No, I don't think it'll work like that, no.
Weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the third Eva looks a lot like the first one, just there's a scene here where it's like grayed out.
Yeah.
And they look... I for a second, it took me a bit to tell who was who.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because I bet the US is probably just going straight off of the Japanese designs because they didn't actually want to spend any money to, like, try to improve it. So that's probably why it looks exactly like it.
Yeah. So, it's got these wacky Dalzim arms, which I thought were really cool.
Oh, yeah. It's like one of those, like, stretchy men. Like, I don't know what you call them. It's like men made
Stretch
of glue.
Armstrong.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the big famous toy.
Yeah.
I've noticed every single time that these Evas kind of lose control, they just go feral.
Yeah.
Like, they turn into monsters.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, lumbering. Like, the angels are all really, like... Has there been a really fast angel yet? They're all kind of slow and lumbering
maybe the one under the sea is probably one of the fastest ones. But I can't think of anything faster than that.
Yeah,
I guess the one that was going to drop.
Yeah. I guess that one was technically probably the fastest one.
Yeah.
But I noticed that, like, with the third one, like, when it took out Rei, it was going full ape mode and, like, jumped behind her, and the way it was framed, she was, like, on her stomach, and it was, like, sexual in nature.
Yeah.
And then, he fucking beat the fuck out of her.
Yeah, got the arm.
Yeah. And then, when Shinji goes after him, Shinji just fucking splatters him,
Well, yeah, before that, like, Shinji's completely willing to die so he doesn't have to kill someone else, but...
Yeah, Shinji is, he knows that there's another human in it. He doesn't know who it is. But he's like, hey, his dad was shouting at him, like, hey, fight back, you little fucking bitch.
Yeah, you little good for nothing.
And eventually, like, Shinji's like, no, I'm not gonna it's a child in there. I'm not gonna kill a child. And then his dad has him cut off, and then puts in the dummy.
Yeah,
which
dummy
is,
plug.
I guess, it was it was Rei's, like, personality traits.
Yeah,
but they was gonna run off that. Yeah, which Rei's personality traits is just do whatever the fuck it tells you to do.
Yeah,
like, do whatever they want you to do because she's incredibly passive.
Yeah. Well, how convenient.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably intentional from Ikari's part, is to have this...
Oh, yeah, that'll get explained, yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like he's set and conditioned Rei up and tried to do it with Shinji to be as passive as possible, to just do what I fucking say for you to do. Yeah. Like, if he could get in the robot, I'm sure he'd be very happy with that.
But he's too tall. He's just too tall.
Yeah, so Shinji is like... He just gets shut the fuck out of it. And then the robot just fucking wails on it, pops its head,
Yeah.
Fucking breaks its neck, just really fucks its shit up.
Oh, yeah,
Sprays
yeah,
its fake blood all over everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this right here is where, like, it was, getting into trouble with, like, the Japanese TV studio at the time. They ended up pushing it into a later, airing after this.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
when
it
was it
too
airing
violent.
before?
It was airing in the children's TV slot.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yikes.
You gotta break a few eggs to make some omelets. And you
Like-
gotta scar a couple Japanese children to get your show out there.
Yeah, but now this is where we're finally getting into the meaty drama
Oh, yeah,
and
this is gonna be
tension.
the meat of the show, yeah.
Yeah, this is where it's like, oh, okay, now I'm getting it. You have all this set up, you have the fun, kind of ease your way into it, and then you get into these awful, awful scenarios where your dad is forcing you to murder another human being.
Yeah. The only interaction you've had with your dad is he just makes you kill a child.
Yep. So, I know that Shinji is going to get real fucked up from this because he's going to internalize it as his fault that he's out here, and his fault because it's his hands. His dad made him.
Oh yeah, Shinji was
Literally
watching
forced
the
him to do
whole
it.
time and probably feeling it as well.
Yeah, because I think they weren't able to sever his.
But yeah, they didn't desync him.
Yeah, they didn't desync him, and they took away his control, but they kept all the feeling.
Yeah.
I think they did. They said something was at 30%. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But he's ripping the things off, and then when he got the capsule out, I thought, okay, it would be reasonable to unscrew it. No, his dad just crushed it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
holy
no, that wasn't
fuck.
his dad. That was just
Well,
the Eva.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Like he knew, his dad knew what was going to happen once he ever got in there, because once it was done, Shinji got control back again. He's like, this is the first time in the 18 episodes
Yeah,
I've been like,
18
all right, good job, Shinji. You're not a pathetic little bitch baby.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
He's just not crying and urinating his pants and
Yeah.
just sulking in the corner.
So he is fucking mad.
Yeah.
Like, he's right on the edge of snapping and blowing up Nerve HQ, which he could do.
Yeah, he could probably get a good way in with 3 minutes in the Eva.
Yeah. So then his dad's like, instead of his dad like talking to him like a normal person trying to explain it, he just makes him pass out by
flooding over the oxygen.
Yeah, and so then Shinji just gets knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Which is great. His dad's such a huge piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. I wish I had a father like Gendo Ikari.
Yeah. So everyone was super, super scared of telling Shinji who was in the robot.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that Shinji would be... Now, I wasn't... So I know that he's very distraught because he was being forced to kill a person. And then, oh man, the big reveal is that it's one of my only friends.
Yeah.
But before that, why were they so worried about telling Shinji who the other pilot was? Were they worried that this scenario could happen?
Well, they probably just assumed that Shinji would be, like, massively worried that, like, he's now going to have, like, one of his only friends battling alongside you, and you can die at any moment.
I guess that's true. It is... All three of them have gotten out fine, but I guess when you take a step back, it is incredibly fucking dangerous to be in an Eva.
Yeah.
So, I guess I understand why they were very, like, hesitant. And then I'm sure once the big reveal happened too, there was also the fact that he's like, oh, everyone is known, but just refused to tell me.
Yeah.
And so he also has to deal with that.
Yeah. I mean, Asuka tried to tell him, but they ended up cutting out her feed.
Yeah. I think they cut her feed. I think they cut her feed and then she got into combat.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in the end, it doesn't really matter if she got punched or if Ikari shut her feet off. It's whatever.
Yeah.
So, that was 18. And then 19. I only did 3 episodes of this one. 19.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to unpack.
In 23 minutes, there's a lot of story. Less than that, because the intro's a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So in 20 minutes, they told a lot of shit.
Yeah, now I will say, like, luckily in, let's see, 21, 22, 23, and 24, there's director's cut versions. So each of those episodes is going to be, like, about 5 to 7 minutes added into those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, opens up, Shinji is just fucking livid. reasonably so. Reasonably so. I'd say Shinji's in the right for once, you know? Toji dreams, and I'm sure this is probably this whole setup where he was dreaming that they were in two separate train cars, so yada yada yada. I'm sure that's like a thing. Like, I'm sure that's a pretty common thing in like Japanese media. There's probably something like that. I know that like.
Well, I think he was just like he was in his dream state and then overhearing them two talking when Ray was visiting him.
Yeah, I feel like there's more to the metaphor that's kind of going past me. Yeah. Like, I understand that Ray and so he's separate from those two. You know, he is separate. He doesn't have a ton in common with Ray and Shinji, but Ray and Shinji are pretty close together in how that they act and how they feel and how incredibly passive they can be. So maybe I'm trying to look too deep into it compared to just being separate compartments. Those two were talking over here. He's over there.
Well, the first time Shinji ran away was in the train.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Also, when he was talking to Ray, Ray's head was the sun.
Yeah, it's got that like misshapen kind of thing.
Was it a sunrise or a sunset? I couldn't tell.
Oh, I wasn't sure. I'm not sure.
I think it's a
sunset.
Yeah, because she's basically telling him like, Shinji, don't run away. Like, sunset, you know, last moment before darkness, yada yada.
Yeah. I
think she's just trying to tell him like, hey, and I do agree with her. Like, yes, he's fucking pissed, rightfully so. His dad's a piece of shit. Literally the only reason... I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but his dad's a piece of shit, and I agree that he's a fucking asshole. I also agree with Ray in that, like, yeah, you gotta try and talk to this piece of shit. Even though he's not going to care about you at all and not be responsive, you are running away again, which is not good.
Yeah.
You know, you're not actually going to get over this. Which he was talking with
Masato
and then Kaji about that later in this episode. Because he tells his dad, go fuck yourself, old man. I'm not piloting this fucking robot. Because you forced me to try and kill one of my only friends. Get the fuck out. Yeah. And then his dad's like, alright, little fucking...
I guess we'll never see each other again.
Yeah, you little fucking piece of shit.
And then he says, yes, that's my intention.
Yeah, so I was like, hell yeah, should you fucking tell this old man to shove it?
Yeah, he burnt that man.
Yeah. But then, of course, Shinji has to come back because an angel shows up, the other two get their asses beat, because Asuka just gets fucking smacked.
Yeah, both her arms cut off and then her head.
Yeah. And it's unclear whether or not, you know, she had the thing severed before her fucking head got cut off.
Yeah, well, no, she's still alive in the...
well, I mean, yeah. But because, you know, they're tied into the sensations.
Yeah.
To make it easier to control or whatever bullshit reason.
Yeah, the sync ratio.
So, Shinji, you know, he's trying to leave and he gets caught up in the evacuation. And he ends up meeting Kaji again.
Yeah.
And Kaji was telling him, like, you know, make your choice. Think it through. I'm not saying do A, not saying do B. Because Kaji's kind of, like, done now, I think. Like, he's kind of done his stuff. I don't think they want him around. Or he was just lying to Shinji. Either or, whatever.
Yeah.
I have a feeling there's not a lot left for Kaji to do in the series. Like, I think he's kind of done his purpose.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you'll see him a couple more times.
But I think his storyline's kind of done.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of wrapped up a few episodes ago when Masato, Dr... Fuck, I've always forgotten.
Risako.
Yeah, something like that.
Risato. Dr. Risato.
Dr. Roboto.
Oh, Robotnik.
When the three of them were at the bar, and then, you know, he walked home and we did all that bullshit. And they're fucked.
How cool would this series be if the cool doctor, he was just like a fat pot-bellied man. He was just obsessed with tracking down a running blue hedgehog. And he was just using all of Nerve's kind of like technology secretly. They're trying to discover this fast creature.
Yeah, the blue devil, they call him.
Yeah, the blue blur.
Ooh. Anyway, so this angel has like these papercraft arms that just fucking foop, foop,
yeah, and
just fucking chop shit. It was really cool. I like this angel.
Yeah, it's almost like a sushi making Eva. Angel.
So this episode, they finally clarified. Although, I mean, you could kind of piece it together if you're not a dumb small brain.
Yeah.
That once an angel reaches Adam,
Yeah, the third impact will be initiated and the world will end.
Yeah, the world is just gonna get fucked because we're gonna hit a third time. First impact, still don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Second impact was the first angel, Adam. And the third impact, if I remember my Christian history, I guess, I don't know. I don't know if history is the right word.
Yeah.
My Christian Bible study. I'm pretty sure the third impact is Gabriel or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it starts... Because this is Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's a new telling of Genesis, right?
Yeah.
So, Genesis is where God made the world in 7 days, right?
Yeah, but he took a day off for himself to get a little snooze in.
Yeah, that was day 7, I think.
Yeah, that was the Sabbath.
I don't know. Maybe I should actually kind of look at that. Maybe I'll do that when we record our next one. I'll actually look and see what Genesis was.
I don't know, because I got thrown out of Sunday school for throwing Cheerios at my brother. So I wasn't holy enough to be allowed to eternal salvation.
So Shinji kind of he goes back, and the only way he would come back to Pilot and Eva is if literally all of humanity depended on him being in this robot. Is the only way he would even ever agree to do it.
Yeah, because people need him.
Which, yeah, I mean, fuck. Anything short of that, he probably would have just said fuck it. Like, if Nerve was going to get destroyed, he probably wouldn't have come back. He would have just said, then go fuck themselves.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play that new Metal Gear game I've heard the other kids talking about, but I'm not allowed to play it because I have to do my sync tests.
They brought back the cross attacks, except now they're purple. Yeah. They reused the animation a lot this episode, but that's fine. You know what? It's not as bad as it is in, like, fucking He-Man.
Ooh, yeah.
He-Man's really good. He's got 4 poses, and that's it.
And 4 figures to sell. He's got 4 poses and then 4 unique action figures to sell to the kids.
Yeah.
He-Man in T-pose. He-Man with booger in those that he's picking.
No, that's Prince Adam.
Oh, okay. He-Man with shoes. He-Man with no shoes.
That's
poses.
All of them, yeah.
Yep.
And then there's Skeletor minus skull and plus skull.
Ooh. And then purple Skeletor.
Yeah, well, Skeletor's already... Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. You're thinking of Fuchsia Skeletor.
No, I'm thinking about the time in the show when Skeletor got tagged by some used spray paint.
Oh, man.
They got him purple.
So anyway, Shinji is, he stops him from getting to Adam, stops him from killing everyone there.
Yeah, it's like a good fight scene.
Shoots him up to the surface, yeah. Which I thought was a really fun way to do it, by shoving it against the Eva launch thing and then shooting it way up. They have 5 launch pads, so there might be another Eva as well.
Yeah. They want a lot of Evas.
Yeah. I mean, it's your only fucking defense. And then we finally figure out the mystery for sure. I mean, you can speculate. Finally figure out the mystery of what the fucking Eva's made out of. It is... I mean, we can piece it together from seeing Adam, but they are mostly angel flesh. Yeah. They are angels, basically. It rips open 01's stomach, and you see that womb thing, that, like, pregnant belly that all the angels have their, like, weak spot as.
The Ganon eye.
Yeah. Although this does also have a spooky eye as well.
Oh, yeah.
An organic spooky eye. So, it tries going in there to kill Shinji, powers out of the thing, it's not getting any excess power. And then something about Shinji, he connects with it in a way. That blue flame, Shinji is so synchronized with this, like, half artificial angel, I guess. Because I don't think it's not entirely an angel. I don't know. It's weird. There's some kind of technology mixed with angel flesh.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's fully explained later on.
So he basically wakes it up. And now it's running on its own power. It's not running from the externals. And it just fucks this thing up. Because it's revealed that all the armor and all the cool designs on the Evas were keeping them compressed and stopping them from going ape shit and fucking up everything.
Yeah, and then it takes an S2 engine into itself.
Yep, an S2 engine is the radiation one, right?
Well, it's the thing that gives, like, the angels their kind of power.
Oh, okay. So it basically just doubled up on the angel power.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we almost skipped right past the coolest part of it, which is, so, Shinji, it's not clear if he went unconscious again or not. After we saw him, like, wake it up, that's all we saw of Shinji. So we'll have to wait till next episode to see what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
But the thing it becomes so ingrained with him that now it fucking attaches a new arm, and it's Shinji's arm. It's a human arm. And then its teeth are white. And then this is something I noticed about the teeth that confused me. Then it must have just been an artistic choice or something. They're all molars. They're grinding teeth. They're not sharp.
Yeah.
They're not like sharp incisors. He didn't even have like fangs. So I think that might be because molars are on an attacking, aggressive creature. Just having molars seems wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you think of like a wolf's got the fangs sitting out there. That's traditionally scary. That's traditionally how they would attack.
Yeah, because if they get into my Fun Dip stash, there's no telling what they could do.
Yeah, it's unnatural. I think that's what it is. It's unnatural that something with these grinding, vegetarian-style teeth is ripping the fucking throat out of an angel and devouring it hunched over like a goddamn animal.
Just sucking it's basically its throat nodules into the back of its throat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, the Eva is a she, I guess.
Yep.
I think all of them are. Probably.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
So the Evas are basically living creatures that we've just been, like, wrapping with, like, duct tape, like, a million times around it.
Well, it's
to
like,
basically just bind them so that they can't do anything that they want.
it's like whenever you trick your friend into, like, putting their arms behind their back and you duct tape them, and then you just get to push him over a bunch. Because he can't defend himself because his arms are duct taped.
Yeah, it's or when there's like a horse at one of the fair rides, but they shackle its feet so it can't gallop. It can only walk.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of those like cool rides where you get to sit on top of a majestic pony with like a pole in the middle of it.
Yeah,
Those like cool ass action rides that I'm too scared to go on. Because those things are high. That's like 8 feet off the ground. That's 25 feet off the ground. I can't go on that. I'm too little.
There's a really, really cool shot. There's a couple shots in these 3 episodes that I really enjoyed. I really liked when the Eva unit was smashing the fuck out of Eva 1 was smashing the fuck out of Eva 3, and because of the coloring, and I guarantee it's intentional, it was grayed out. So for a bit, you couldn't clearly tell who was who.
Yeah.
Like, it cut to, like, the thing, like, shaking its head and screeching, and it was, gray. It could have been either. They looked very similar. Intentionally. And then, as the Eva's ripping apart and grinding, tearing out this thing's flesh, and it turns over and looks at the camera over the woods, it breathes and its eyes glow. Like if you put a flashlight out into the woods and there's like a dog or like a whatever, a deer, a super a scam squanch, yeah. They look at you and their eyes light up.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's probably burying its young so we can't ever find it and get evidence of the body. Hideaki Anno's got like a good eye for shot composition.
Oh yeah. Last comment about the episode for this one is that I noticed throughout the series, I kind of noticed that people were taking, like, when an Eva is losing against these angels, like, they seem to be pretty chill about it and not as worried. And I don't know if that's just, one, this is after Second Impact, they're kind of fucking used to it. Or if it's, shut up, cat.
Meow, meow.
Or if it's because the higher up people know that these Evas have the potential to be, like, catastrophically powerful, and that we've been keeping them weaker intentionally.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a little bit of A, a little bit of B. It's just something I picked up on.
Yeah. Oh, I will say this. You were wondering why Toji was, like, kind of kept alive. That was kind of like a, censorship thing. They did not want a child to die on this show. That was one of the rules whenever making it.
Oh, so he's probably not really gonna show up again, is he?
No.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
because he fucking crushed the capsule.
Yeah. Yeah, no, originally the intent was for him to die. So in the final anime, he loses, like, an arm and a leg.
Yeah, which I didn't even notice until you pointed it out. And in the hospital bed, you could see if you watch the blanket, he's missing there's not an arm where there should be one. there's not a leg where there should be one.
Yeah.
So, they didn't point it out. They didn't talk about it directly because he expects you to not be a fucking smooth brain, which I like. I like being told or being shown that, like, hey, if you're paying attention to the story, there's a lot of cool stuff to pick up on. Yeah. Which is something I was talking to Joe about. Because this is basically like the halfway point in the show, right? You can pretty much argue this.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it really becomes what it is.
Technically, episode 14 or whatever is the halfway point. But yeah. This is like pretty much in the middle, maybe a little bit into it. But I was talking to Joe, I'm like, okay, part of the reason why this show is so successful and well known, number one, obviously it's very good. But number two is that if you are a smooth brain where this stuff doesn't, you're not really noticing it, you can just watch this as an action robot show and you'll still get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Yeah. Just at a surface level, it's really cool to watch these robots beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely to a point, but I mean, there ended up being revolts after this thing ended.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how these episodes ended that made people so fucking go fucking
ape
shit.
They were livid. Yeah.
Yeah. That'll end this small segment, and then we'll be back with 22 whatever.
We'll be back with the Eva attack!
Jesus Christ, Joe, that sounds like the 4Kids dub.
It was on 4Kids for 2 episodes.
Did you ever see that video where it's the 4Kids opening for Eva? Where it's like, Shinji,
that's a good
get
one.
in the robot. Your dad loves you, get in the robot.
Yeah, and eat a jelly donut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Your dad fucking hates you.
Your dad fucks you, get in the robot. This ain't girl come, it's your dad's come.
What?
I don't know. Alright. Hey Tad. So listen. I've got, basically, you can have anything you want, you just gotta make a wish for it. So here, I'm gonna click my heels 3 times. And we're back from Eva.
My wish is that I never started recording this with you, Joe.
Damn! No, this is gonna be a good one.
Okay, so, we're on to episode 21, which, if I recall correctly, because we actually took kind of a break between these ones, because these last episodes are a doozy.
Well, let me tell you, I was having a little bit of a cough at home. My dick was leaking, but I think I'm good to come in the podcast.
Yeah, I was coughing out of the microphone, so sorry if I spread the corona through the audio.
Well, I was kissing the microphone beforehand, because you have to make tribute to the podcast god.
That's true. I usually do a blood or semen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I like to just take my toenails and stick them in the holes in the microphone.
Just got... What?
Yeah.
Alright, so Joe, this episode 21 was kind of a nerve, deepest lore. I went into Shinji's mom, Kari, pretty much all the older members that you see it, who aren't the 14-year-olds.
Yeah. Everybody,
main and secondary characters.
Yeah, everybody basically born before the second impact.
Yep. So, in this, we actually do see what the second impact was. Or we found out exactly what it was a little bit later, but we get to see it as it happened.
Yeah. And that was actually only present in the director's cut. So basically, as it was getting down to the wire of airing, they were getting really, really slowed down on their ability to make episodes. So, basically nobody will go, and talk in-depth about, the meaning of this show or exactly why things happened like they did. So fans have basically just kind of been pouring over 25 years of interviews to kind of find out why things happened the way they did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So, after it aired on TV and it became a smash success, Hideaki Anno got to go back in and reanimate some stuff and add in some new scenes, which formed the director's cuts of 21 through 24. Which is what we watched. Okay.
So, with this episode, you get to see how Gendo was kind of like a little asshole. And he was
a little scamp.
Yeah, he was a little scamp. But he's charismatic. I really like him. He's going places.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to have a loving family.
Yeah.
But Akari causes the second impact around, So... It had a timeline of 2004. So
some of the stuff happened in that.
So
second impact hit on 2000.
Okay. I keep getting the times.
Yeah, no, the turn of the millennium is whenever it happened.
there was there was something that looked exactly like Adam.
Yeah.
That we saw, in the bottom of Nerve, except he was made out of light, and he also, or did they refer to him as? It's kind of weird. So there's this big light thing. It looked like Eva 01.
Yeah.
And they called it Adam.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like the third or fourth instance of something being called Adam.
Well, I can explain that because we actually did get this revealed by the end. Like, basically, Adam is like the thing that Kaji brought back to Gendo, like, in episode 8 or 9. It's like that thing that looks like an embryo. So basically...
It's like the first man.
Yeah.
But, and I guess, I mean, when it says the first man, should we just jump all the way to, like, where it was revealed in, like, 24 and shit? I guess, or should we keep going chronologically?
Well, yeah, we can go chronologically, so I'll explain it later.
Yeah, so, I mean, we'll get to that in this little small section here.
Yeah.
But now that you said that, I am kind of, like, let's make a little bit more sense. Now I'm kind of putting it together.
Yeah.
So, Ritsuko, or Ritsuko?
Yeah.
Ritsuko. Ritsuko's mom was,
the original Dr. Akagi.
Yeah. She was working on the Magi.
Yeah.
And, she was... I don't know if she was... I don't think she was in love, per se, with Gendo. I think Gendo... Because this is something that happens a lot. I think Gendo intentionally kind of manipulates these women. He notices that there's a weakness in them and exploits it for his own gain.
Well, that's actually what a lot of people think Gendo started out doing with Yui, is she was the daughter of an influential SEAL member. Yeah. So that's why he originally got with her.
Yeah, which makes me wonder, too. I mean, the only one he had a kid with was her. Shinji is coincidentally the third child. I'm fairly certain that there's some wackiness going on there. So Ritsuko's mom blows her fucking brains out because there's a child Ray that shows up and calls her like an old hag and is kind of preying on her insecurities. Yeah. And then she just fucking kills her.
Oh, yeah. She just kills a toddler.
Yep, so she blows her brains out and puts all of her brains into the Magi.
Yeah,
fucking
literally
splatters them
and
across.
Figuratively. It's much like one of the most, philosophical cartoons of our time, Pickle Rick. It's a man who puts himself...
It's the funniest shit I have ever seen, Joe.
Yeah, it's amazing because it's a scientist who puts himself into a pickle, literally, to get out of a metaphorical pickle.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And what was he called again?
He's called Pickle Rick. Yeah. And yeah, you know what? They say alcoholics are pickling their insides.
Oh, dude, very cool.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah, dude.
So, okay, now this episode is where I'm like, okay, I got an idea. I got a theory. I got a game theory. I think that Shinji's mom was somehow strongly involved with the Eva series, or at least Eva 01.
Yeah.
She's the progenitor of the Eva and Rei, which is something they mentioned, and I believe just the fact that 01 and Shinji connected so well, and the fact that Shinji, goes inside of the womb of this fucking robot, and then, giving birth, yada yada yada, all that shit, I feel like it just seems odd to me that Shinji... It seems like too big of a coincidence that Shinji would just be the third child and everything just works and he's got the best synchro rate with his robot and yada yada yada,
I mean, they've said that the Marduk Institute that picks the children is set up by Nerve and that all of the potential candidates for it are in Shinji's class.
No, yeah. End of the episode, Ikari's goal is revealed, which is to make himself God.
Yeah.
And then Kaji gets murked. So
poor Kaji. He just wanted to grow some melons like on a hill and ogle the ladies.
Yep.
Goals any man can sympathize with.
Yeah, and then getting shot down by a special agent because you leaked some important information.
Yeah. Well, basically, he was playing...
minute and a half long fuck scene.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, but basically, he was basically playing both sides of the field. He was revealing Nerve plans to the Japanese government force, but he was also giving Nerve the heads up on what the Japanese force was going to do to them. So we don't know who ended up killing him. It was probably Nerve, but it actually could have also been the Japanese force. And
yeah, because Nerve seems to be even more on top of things. So I mean, I imagine if they probably knew that he was doing it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, Gendo, I think he said something, like, in the series, like, oh, I know about him, but I'll allow it, because it's kind of useful at the time.
Yeah. So, next episode here, this one took a long while for me to kind of, like, pull apart, dissect, and really ruminate on it.
Yeah.
This is the Asuka episode. The first of, like, 3 episodes in quick succession. There's Asuka, Rei.
Well, they call it 22 the best girl episode.
So this one here, this is about Asuka falling out of sync with her Eva.
Yeah.
She internalizes her failure, like, just as hard as Shinji is. We get a lot of backstory on her, where she came from. I had a theory on it that was completely fucking wrong, as Joe explained to me.
Oh, yeah.
So way, way, way far off the line that, like, I'm not even going to mention it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I may have killed the podcast, but I'll bring back the podcast with, here, Tad, look at this. Look at my phone. This is Asuka's.
Oh, what's all this gay furry?
No, not gay furry. No, look over here.
No, the other screen.
No, yeah. Here, I'll scroll.
Okay, I'm looking.
Okay, look at. Here's a picture of this 14-year-old redhead's feet.
Oh, man, those are sweaty. They look really wet, Joe. I don't like it.
Yeah, just step on Shinji's face.
Dance
with Shinji on the mat and then use his face as the mat.
Anyway, so she's fallen out of sync with her Eva. As a result, there's an angel that shows up. It doesn't physically attack. It just kind of chills up in space and then beams down a...
Oh, somebody's being uppity.
Get in.
Meow. Now he's gonna meow. Yeah, you keep it up, we're gonna fuck you. No,
Don't look at him.
This cat's cruising for a fucking. If you love the cat, you gotta fuck the cat. You got shit? You got a shit?
I'm just setting him up there so he stays the fuck away.
No, here he comes.
Don't look at him.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
They just hear a bunch of purring in the background. He
You're
wants to be
my podcast recording, cat.
He wants to be a podcast star too. He's like a furry PewDiePie. Keeps saying the N-word. I mean, people to Heil Hitler for $5. I can't tell if it's picking up or not.
It's not picking up as if he meows, it might get it sometimes, but
yeah, that's good. He's got a sickly meow. You got a broken meow box, cat. You're just gonna have to do the podcast with a cat. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, say cookie. Cookie? Cookie? Come on, you can say it. Kiss. 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 Give kisses. Cookie. 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 Come on, you can say it. You can say it.
Say cookie.
Cookie?
How long did it go?
It's 2 hours. It's literally 2 hours, yeah. I've listened to that like 10 times. It's so good.
Uh-oh.
Nope. You're getting the claws. That also happened to poor Faz Watley. The cat crawled down his back and scratched him.
Can I help you?
There we go. That should be good.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, that's the responsibilities of pet ownership.
So as Asuka is falling out of sync with her Eva, she's getting attacked by this angel that shows up, and it doesn't physically attack. It just kind of chills up in space and then shoots down a Hallelujah beam.
Yeah. It actually plays the public domain song, Hallelujah.
Yeah, or Ode to Joy. I don't know which one.
I don't know, yeah.
I think it's Ode to Joy.
Dumb Christian shit.
So, and through this, we finally get some details on her backstory.
Yeah, I mean, we've got little hints of it before.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
I'm a podcaster. I can belch into the microphone.
Here, Joe, so why don't you go ahead and describe what happened to Asuka when she was like 4 years old?
Oh, okay. So basically, Asuka's mom was involved in a contact experiment with Unit 2, and it basically completely broke her mind. So basically, she just spent months, in the hospital, just talking to, a doll she had as if it was Asuka. And she would just completely ignore Asuka, because Asuka was now just, another child in the hospital who wasn't her daughter. And then, eventually, the mom decided that she wanted to die and kill her child, too, so she hung herself and the Asuka doll.
Yep.
So, Asuka basically wasn't even good enough to die with her own mother.
Yeah, and you get to hear the audio of her as a very
finding
young
the mom
girl.
and stuff, and
Yeah, finding the mom. The mom's asking, hey, do you want to die? She's like, yeah, sure, just, keep being my mom. And the mom's like, who is this sassy child?
Yeah, who's your scowling girl?
So...
Yep, and then from then on, she basically decides that she's going to try, to never cry again or be a child because she has to grow up now alone.
Uh-huh. She has,
Well, her dad's still around, and she's got, a stepmom now.
Yeah, but she just intentionally, distances herself as far away from possible from other people now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she was so little when that happened that there's no one in this series except Owaru. Or, God, I butchered his name, didn't I? Koaru. Oh, fuck.
Karu.
Yeah, Karu.
Yeah.
Karu's the only one that's, healthy and well-adjusted. But that's kind of the point. Anyway.
Well, kinda, yeah, because, Karu's an angel, so he's kind of just a perfect being, almost, taking human form.
Yeah. So, this episode is really Asuka taking a deep dive into herself. The young version of herself asks, hey, you lonely? Do you want help? And then, she rejects it and blasts it away. There's kind of, 4 aspects of her personality. Her name, who she is, her calling someone stupid, self-arrogance, and then, her trying really hard to connect to someone with her, kind of throwing herself at Kagi.
Yeah. Yeah, because her character basically has, a vicious cycle where outwardly she pushes everyone away because she's better than them and she knows it. But then as soon as she starts failing, she realizes she's no longer needed, but now she's pushed everyone away and no one will help her now.
Yeah. And, so, I guess I'll share. So, I didn't really catch on the contact thing. So I had is this what the hell's going on with her? And I thought it was pretty crazy to have, but, Joe explained to me, no, it's not really the case. But here's what I was thinking, and Joe should have saved this for the podcast to rip me apart live on air.
Oh, okay.
So, I had in my notes back there that, was she fucking molested?
Yeah.
So, because I was looking at it, I'm like, okay. So, her mom... remember, this is because I didn't really catch on the contact line. So,
yeah.
With that in there, it all makes sense. But okay, so her mom's working all the time, wasn't there for her daughter. And she shows signs of someone who has been assaulted or molested.
Yeah, there's some strong, sexual stuff in the show, in there.
And, the flashes that she has through her mind, you see... But, you see that for everyone, that there's some sexual...
Yeah. They're all people going through puberty.
Yeah. But hers was when the angel was attacking her, the things she was saying.
Well, yeah, it's please stop and no and sex and death.
Yeah. It's whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking, I was okay, mom finds out she can't fucking handle it. The mom thinks she allowed it to happen by being an absent parent, pushes her maternal instincts to something else. Oh, I can't fuck up taking care of this doll. So, it's impossible. This is just the doll. This is
you could fuck it up. You could be brushing a hair next to the fireplace and accidentally put it in there.
Or have some random sassy child in the hospital rip its head off.
Yeah. Or you could have a plushophile come into your room and really fuck things up for you mentally.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So, the basis is there. It's just not a strong.
Yeah.
It's very well. It could have been a possibility. I don't really know. Maybe they play on that in the rebuilds or whatever. I don't know.
I haven't seen them. I still gotta watch them.
So that was just something that I was thinking.
Well,
about.
I'm pretty sure there's allegories hitting in The Shining of Danny Torrance just molesting his son Jack in the film version. Because, he's just straight up, reading a Playgirl, a gay magazine in the hotel lobby that says why the parents sleep with their children.
Yeah.
Is, the main issue of it.
So, the episode ends, Rey takes the Lance of Longinus, which I think is the thing that killed Jesus.
Yeah, I guess Longinus was like a Roman who pierced Jesus with his spear.
Yeah, so I think it was a spear in the Bible.
And there's like 18 different Catholic churches that claim to have that. So that's pretty cool of them.
So she takes that, throws it, and just yeets that shit into orbit.
Yeah.
And it spears it, and then gets stuck in the moon.
Yeah,
I'm sure they definitely, it's almost like the end song is Fly Me to the Moon. That Lance is definitely gone. Never coming back. Nope, they're not going into space to fight a Mega Angel, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, the moon is an angel.
Oh, man. That'd be so cool.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna fight it.
Joe, how can they fight if the moon's full of cheese?
The cheese angel. I'm epping.
Shut up. So in the end, Asuka had to get bailed. She got bailed out by Shinji in the previous episode. Now she gets bailed out by Rey. So she's at like the bottom. She's done.
Even that doll had to save me.
And then the end one to this has got a fucking funky ass beat.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. There's some good end songs that Netflix cut out of every single broadcast of their version of Eva.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. They just replaced 26 different songs with the same Rey 2 soundtrack.
Which is fine. I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate they couldn't do it, but...
Yeah.
Out of all the things to hold against the Netflix dub, that one's
no.
worst.
I mean, yeah. It takes away a lot of the atmosphere, but they had to do it because they wouldn't fork over the cash to whoever's estate that is. It's like some old crooner's estate.
Crooner.
Yeah.
I'm crooning.
Yeah, I'm crooning! And it's just
I'm
a man
crooning to the moon.
Yeah. It's just a man with like a big saxophone and he's playing jazz and crooning.
Alright, so episode 23. This is the Rey 3.
Yeah. And you think it's titled like that just because we had previous episodes about Rey titled Rey 1 and Rey 2.
Yep. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's how they got away with that twist, and still titled it like that.
Yeah. So, in this episode, it starts off, we don't even get to Rey right away. Rey's not even in it till like halfway through.
Yeah.
So it's finishing up, well, not continuing what Asuka was doing. She's just gone. She's not going to school. She's not at home.
She's pretty cool. She's playing Dreamcast.
Yeah, she's playing on a Seka.
Yeah.
She's at her only friend's house, and that friend is just like sitting there, not really sure what to do.
Yeah.
Asuka is just kind of wasting time, and then she goes to bed.
Well, she's living the ultimate otaku life.
Yeah.
She gets to play cool video games and not shower now.
And then go to bed where your blanket's too small to cover your feet.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe, like, the Japanese have, like, an ancient, like, saying that maybe you're supposed to show your feet to the ghosts because the ghosts are scared of feet.
Maybe.
Like, if your relatives see your souls, they recognize the soul in you.
Maybe.
And they don't eat you.
Or it could just be that the blanket was designed to go vertical, and it won't fit the two of them unless they're, like, snuggling.
Well, no, I mean, but
bros.
You're telling me Asuka and the class
Joe,
rep...
it's not going to pick up if you're going that quiet.
Oh, okay. You're telling me that Asuka and the class rep may have cuddled in bed together?
Maybe. They're also 14, Joe.
Well, what? No. They're drawings. They're just drawings. They're 1,800-year-old dragons.
But yeah, Asuka kind of opens up to her friend, and her friend's just sitting there, because she's fucking... It's just like with Shinji, where he's like, I don't know how to console this other person who is breaking down.
Yeah.
She's just like, whatever you do is probably right, Asuka. She's barely friends with her, too. Like...
Yeah, pretty much loose. I
it's
mean,
one of those
that's
situations...
like the only classmate friend that Asuka has.
It's one of those situations where it's like, say you were friends with someone just because they had Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube, and
Ooh,
like
mama.
Their parents start fighting, so they want to come over to your house, and you're like, fine, I guess, but you like don't really like them because they smell weird and they eat egg sandwiches and they don't brush their teeth.
Yeah. This is. Are you talking about anyone specifically?
Yeah, there was someone in grade school that I was friends with just to play Melee.
Yeah.
And he never brushed his teeth, and I didn't like him. And his mom knew that I was only there to play Smash Bros. So.
But at least Johnny has a friend.
I guess so.
Yeah.
The other note I have in here is Gorilla Pee-Pees. I forget what that was about.
Well, no. I was telling you an Animal Kingdom factoid. It's that gorillas have, like, basically the smallest penis to mass ratio of any animal in the animal kingdom.
Besides Joe.
No, not besides Joe! Is that why you put that note in?
Yes.
But yeah, it's because the thing gorillas love doing is ripping off the genitals of other monkeys. So they basically evolved to have the smallest penises possible and still reproduce. Because it's harder to grab a little grape than it is a walnut. A grape in motion, they call it.
A grape in motion stays in motion until ripped off by a silverback gorilla.
Yeah, it's ripped off by your distant cousin.
So the angel in this one, it's latticed, like a big halo.
Yeah,
it's just kind of chilling.
Oh, yeah.
It just instantly appears, I guess.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, this one may have, like, vaporized into existence, or maybe it descended from the heavens or something.
Yeah, but then it turns into, like, a tentacle eel thing.
Yeah.
And just dives for Rei. Because Asuka shows up, and she's just completely useless.
That's because even that angel knows that Rei is best girl.
So, Joe, tell me more about this eel angel.
Oh, well,
angel.
Yeah. I think it's like pretty directly just like Anno's like commentary on that kind of like hentai thing of tentacles. Because I guess in Japan you can't have a dick, so that's why they went with tentacles, because it's not technically a dick, so you don't have to blur it.
Mm-hmm.
So it can just straight up go in and out of the pussy without being blurred. That's why that's like a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's just, I think it's pretty much just directly commenting on, like, what that would happen if taken to, like, kind of real life in an anime.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, that's not, Anna didn't say that himself, that's just my loose interpretation of it, but...
So, the angel, she grabs it, and then it starts, like, spreading out like a fungal thing across her whole body.
Yeah, because...
Shinji shows up to try and help her, and it tries to connect the two of them.
Yeah.
But they just violently reject that connection.
Well, basically, Rei does, and then we don't know if it's because she doesn't want to connect with Shinji or she really likes Shinji. Wants to spare him of that.
So she kind of pulls it inside of herself, and it's she goes inside of her. She reverses her AT field, and it like gets all up in there. And then the fucking thing falls over fucking Akira.
Well, I mean, because the thing, whenever it's going in, it just goes in directly into the crotch area, and then it gives her a big pregnant belly.
Yep. A big bulbous, monstrous-looking thing, and it like explodes with this weird noise and like spherical chunks, which is super cool.
Yeah.
It just dents into. Yeah. And then she just fucking...
they had a good eye for like kind of like movement like that.
So she just she sacrifices herself and just explodes the angel, contains it within herself, and then explodes.
Yeah.
They clear out the area. They make it another lake, which I didn't really think about it till now. The reason why they have these lakes is probably because if you just looked out of the city and you saw a giant crater, that's pretty demoralizing.
Yeah.
So they turn them.
They just fill it with goldfish.
Yeah. So I mean, that's 3 lakes now that they have.
Oh yeah.
So
they're gonna have to call New Tokyo 3. They're gonna call it New Lake City.
Yeah, there we go.
Salt Lake City 3.
Salt Lake City 2. That's quite cool.
Yeah.
Some other important notes here. So Rei, I mean, we kind of skipped over the important part of the episode, I guess, which is Rei, think when that angel's attacking her and then, trying to make the connection to Shinji, as you're saying, she really starts thinking about it, pulls away, dies.
Yeah.
Turns out she just comes back.
Yeah.
She comes back like a day later.
Yeah.
And SEAL has had enough of Akagi. They're like, you wasted the lance. You
destroyed Eva Zero.
Yeah, you destroyed Eva Zero. And then, Rei's alive again?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Let's
You're gonna have to inspect somebody, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so they wanted to interview Rei, but Akari's like, no, I'll just send this doctor lady. I'm basically done with her now.
Yeah. Yep, she's all used up and got nowhere to go.
Yep, so she's just completely... Basically, he gives her as like a sacrifice almost, which I think they were going to kill Rei because...
Yeah, they say they were going to spare Dr. Akagi.
Yeah.
Like we did with Fuyutsuki.
So they wanted him to send in Rei, and then they were going to kill her because, I mean, as far as they knew, Eva died and absorbed the angel. Rei's still around. We can't have her running around. We're going to have to get rid of her.
Yeah, who knows what she could be up to.
But, I mean, Akari's not going to do it. He's not going to do it, so he sends her there. And then she just kind of finally realizes, like, oh, I'm doing the exact same shit my mom was doing unintentionally. Like, she wasn't aware of it. Us, the viewers, are.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh, I'm simping for Akari, basically.
Yeah. She wants that sweet, sweet Gendo bod.
I guess, I mean, when you are literally the most powerful person on the entire planet, that's...
Oh yeah,
I guess
hot.
I mean that's appealing. Yeah.
Who else is she gonna hook up with? Like that guy in the brown next to the computer who keeps yelling.
Yeah, the one who looks like Gohan.
Yeah.
So Seal lets loose that they're gonna start making their own Evas. That they have 8 of them right now. They're gonna have 12 total.
Yep.
So Akagi's like, you know what? Fuck him. You know, fuck this guy. So we go down back to the labs again. And then there's another really, really big lore dump, big info dump, Joe.
Yeah.
So, I'm still a little bit confused over this. So,
okay.
From what I can tell, so what's going on at Nerve is that humans, Akari specifically, tried to create a new god, right? The result was Adam appearing and causing second impact. Then we created Evas from Adam as our own humans, like how God made man in his own image. Where he's trying to be a god, Akari, so he's like, I'm going to try and make man out of this. I'm going to use this tool that there's a quote from the Asuka episode that is probably pretty important. I think it's pretty important to Eva, which is those who utilize even the thing that tried to destroy them, those are human beings.
Yeah.
So, from what I understand so far, he tries to pull some god shit. There's a big, like, hey, fucking stop. And he's like, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Hey, check out this Eva I made. And and then we see there's a fucking Eva graveyard.
Oh,
where there's all these bones and shit of like prototypes.
Yep.
And then it's revealed
they were experimenting on that for like about 10 years before they got like the couple that kind of worked.
Yeah, worked and looked really, really cool and make really cool anime figs.
Oh, yeah. But you know the anime fig I want the most is Bandage Dre.
Oh,
yeah, that's the one that sold the best in Japan.
Interesting.
Yep. Ray with bandages.
So, I mean, that's the big reveal there.
Yeah, well, it reveals that basically Ray has always been like a clone, basically. Like, the Ray we were seeing all along wasn't actually a real person, and then the one that comes back is just a brand new instance of that one who doesn't have all the same memories.
But apparently there's one soul...
Yeah.
That just keeps going from body to body.
Yeah, they're able to transfer that.
Which, that's pretty fucked up. Transferring souls artificially.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why she's said the entire time, like, she's not really a person because she knows she's completely dispendable. Mm-hmm. So, like, I mean, that's why she's so, like, obedient, because she knows if she isn't, then she will be
they'll just kill her
thrown in the garbage,
one. Yeah. They'll just get another one who gives a shit.
Yeah.
So... yeah, that's got to be pretty rough for Ray.
Oh, yeah.
Joe, do you want to go into the Kawaru episode?
Yeah. So basically, the episode starts off and Shinji's completely alone because he's too freaked out by Ray to talk to her. He won't talk to Misato because she weirds him out.
She's a girl.
Asuka's doing her thing of hating him and then being away from him. All his classmates have left the area because they evacuated because the angels keep going there.
Every single angel attack has been there.
Yeah. So Shinji starts the episode just completely alone, and he sees this white-haired boy off in the distance humming, I think, Oh the Joy, or...
one of them, yeah.
Yeah. Well, a classic Beethoven song that's free to use.
Yeah.
And he basically says, like, yeah, my name's Karu, dude. You want to go shower? Shinji's like, hell yeah, bro. Let's get some showering on. Basically he's like, he syncs up perfectly with like the Eva first try, and then him and Shinji talk about how Shinji doesn't want to make first contact with people because he's incredibly lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
there's a cat.
Yeah, there's a cat here. And then they go to touch hands, and then Karu says, I love you.
Yeah.
And Netflix cut that right out.
Jeez, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they changed I love you to I like you.
Why?
Well, you can't be having no gay shit on Netflix.
Okay, so basically, he is everything that Shinji wants.
Yeah, just someone who pays attention to Shinji.
Yeah, someone that is willing to... someone that likes him, and that he likes back, and that is willing to give him the time of day to actually treat him like a person and, like, actually have a connection with.
Yeah.
Now, he's shortcutting it because he just, like... He starts at, like in the visual novel, Kaworu's starting at 99% affinity. Like, he's just jumping to that point instead of starting at 0 because Shinji doesn't want to start at 0 because he's scared.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because, I mean, Kaoru, basically, he's actually an angel, he's not a human, so, like, he wouldn't have, like, any of, like, the human hang-ups of how to approach, like, a relationship or anything like that, so he just sees something he likes in someone and gravitates towards it.
Yeah, it's very much, like, he embodies a lot of the really, really positive and idealized, like, things that you want as a Christian, like a practicing Christian, love for your fellow man and everything.
Oh, he's got some love for his fellow man, alright.
Yeah.
You saw in the shower scene.
Yeah.
Shinji's just blushing, he's touching him.
Yeah. They just started rubbing dicks or whatever.
Yeah, no, well,
they were
Netflix
one step
cut that right out.
No, but he is everything that Shinji could ever possibly want. Just, there you go. And of course... He is an angel. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that they didn't stretch this out across 2 episodes with incredibly obvious...
We just got one ending episode instead of the 2 we got.
Yeah, it's just incredibly obvious.
They were so running out of time near this end.
Yeah. So, I mean, he goes down to... he takes the Eva Unit 2. I don't think we see Asuka like the very end of the episode, right?
Yeah, we see Asuka in the hospital cam, and she's just like lying there because she probably tried to kill herself. Yeah, she's in the bathtub in the very beginning of it.
Was it Gendo that found her?
No, it was a random. It's basically, they say like it's like some random team that's in charge of like tracking the children, but they're not directly involved with nerves, so they suck, and they took like 7 days to find her.
Yeah, she was just in a destroyed house, bleeding out in the bathtub. Yeah, she tried to kill herself.
Yeah. Yeah, people argue about whether or not that's blood, but in the TV cut, they obscure the nudity, and there's nothing red, like, in the tub. And then each different cut of, like, that animation cell gets progressively redder.
Yeah. I mean, here's why I think it's a bathtub suicide. So her thing right now is that she feels completely fucking useless, that it would just be better if she's gone. She contributes nothing. So, I mean, the reason people would kill themselves in a bathtub is that it's easy to dispose of. So that they're not creating an inconvenience when they die.
Well, no, I mean, because you'll turn to soup in there.
No, well, yeah, I know, but you're self-contained. They can just take a shop vac and... and suck you back out of there.
Oh, got a bone stuck in it!
Speaking of bones.
Yeah.
So, he gets down, Kaoru... God, I feel like such a dumbass for not being able to easily say his name.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call it in the Netflix stuff. His name is Bob.
Yeah,
Kevin. Yeah, Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
So Kevin gets down there and he's like, "All right, hey, what's up? So this is Adam, huh? Wait a second. Oh, they got me.
Yeah, those tricky Lil'em.
Yep, though that's fucking Lilith.
Yep,
the mother of demons or whatever the fuck." Yeah, boy, here we go. Yeah. They've been using the wrong one. And then Shinji gets to him.
Yeah. Shinji just grabs him in his big Eva paw.
Yeah. And then, they have that emotional confrontation where he's like, you know what, Shinji, hey, glad I met you. You're a cool guy. I like you. If you want to kill me, like, you're fine, dude. Like, I'm not gonna be disappointed with you. You're not going to harm me.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
If you want to kill me, you can. If you don't,
then I will destroy humanity.
Yeah, I'll end up, because of me being alive, humanity's gonna die. So, I mean, it's your choice, I'm fine with either. And then it's, a full minute of
that one animation cell.
Same cell, music continues before he crushes him.
Yeah, Shinji ends up decapitating a child on Japanese TV, and they were not happy about that.
Nope.
That was the final straw for them.
And then they were like, you got 2 episodes, finish it.
Well, so basically, the violence was getting progressively worse and worse, but that Japanese station was basically willing to allow it, because Eva was doing good for him. It wasn't doing gangbusters, but was doing really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever they went to go kill off Toji, they didn't, because they made a promise that they would not kill any of the Eva children. So you go onwards, and it's getting more and more violent, just in terms of, like, sheer bloodshed. 21, they just strangle like a child, like a young, like 5-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And then episode 23, they kill off Rey, and you just see her charred hand like in the pod.
Yeah, it's like all fucking burnt and shit.
Yeah. 24, they decapitate Karu, and his head just splashes in the water. And they demanded to see the scripts ahead of time.
So he had to hide it.
No, he didn't hide it. He sent over the script. They were like, no, this isn't. We don't know exactly what ended up happening, but they basically said, no, this isn't gonna fly, and he had to change those probably a month before air.
And did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, we're gonna get 2 completely new episodes from what they kind of intended, and then we'll get End of Eva.
All right. Yeah. So that'll wrap up this little section here, and then we're gonna have the last 2 episodes. And then End of Eva, the actual movies, is almost. This is 2 hours.
Yeah. This is gonna be the end here.
Yeah. So the End of Eva movies, we're gonna have those as a separate one for sure.
Yeah, may as well. Yeah, because there's a lot to talk about with the End of Eva.
Yeah. So all right, we'll end this one here now, and then we'll be back in a few seconds with the last 2 episodes.
Ooh.
All right, time for the very divisive final 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is the final 2 episodes of Evangelion. Some people say just to skip them completely and go on to End of Eva.
Which is an interesting take.
Oh, yeah.
Considering I actually really like these 2.
Yeah, no, I think they're extremely good. Yeah, I think they're some of the best episodes in the series.
Yeah, maybe it's that, maybe End of Eva does them in a stronger way, because I'll tell you right now, I could kind of tell that these last 2 episodes, they did not have any more budget, and they needed to wrap it up pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so basically, like, with Evangelion, no one really knows the specifics of, like, went down. But I've been reading a lot about it. Yeah, so, I think basically my best guess as to what happened would probably be that, basically the series is getting more and more violent. It got pushed to a later time slot, and then that also meant the advertisers were dropping off, their TV commercials and stuff that they had paid for in advance. So they had, like, a good amount of, like, less money to deal with. And then it seems like what probably happened was so basically End of Eva was somewhat planned, but not really, from what it seems like. So they probably went in to turn in the script to episode 25 and 26. Like, basically, episode 25 of the TV series would probably be the first half of End of Eva. And then 26, it seems like, was going to be both of the episodes we just saw combined into one episode.
Okay.
So whenever... Basically, I don't think End of Eva could have possibly aired on TV. Especially because episode 25 would have aired exactly 1 year after the Am Shinriki sarin gas attacks on Tokyo.
Oh, yeah.
And there's something extremely specifically that happens in End of Eva that resembles that.
Okay.
And, like, basically, like, Am Shinriki was trying to bring about the end of the world to advance, like, their own thing, and that really, like...
ties in very strongly.
Yeah, so, I mean, there was no possible way that was going to air on the anniversary, so I think they kind of were forced into a corner to try to make, like, a new ending. And, like, basically, I think they made, like... I think we were going to get plot resolution originally for 25, and then 26 would be the character introspecting. And they had to just expand the character introspecting into 2 different episodes.
Yeah, to tie them up. 25 opens up with once again it's another Shinji focused episode. He's feeling really fucking shitty about the fact that he had to kill the only person he's ever loved.
Yeah.
So he's going back once again, breaking down what his reasoning is for doing anything ever. And what he comes into is that he does what he does because he's afraid that if he tells someone no, that they will abandon him or think that he's not worth it. Like, okay, you know, whatever. Abandon him just like his dad did.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, it's much easier to just do whatever someone else says.
Yeah. The whole thing, he's really agonizing over this. And I don't know if this was intended or not, because this is before the Pokemon thing. But it was going from really dark shots to bright white light, back to dark, bright white light.
Yeah.
With the words, oh god, I don't remember
why
exactly.
did you kill him?
Yeah, it was like that. So it was like pain, it was hurting me to watch it. I don't know if that's me being like, a fucking...
My eyes.
Yes, I don't know if that's my eyes or if it's like me being like a games journalist and trying to put a lot more into this than there really means to be.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, Hideaki Anno was doing like another anime series pretty shortly after that. 'Cause he ended up just quitting in frustration, partially due to the restrictions placed on TV anime after Pokemon happened, after the seizure incident.
So a lot of his visual cues he just couldn't.
Yeah, it wouldn't
couldn't
work
do
anymore. Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what Nintendo's been doing. They go back into old Nintendo games and try to cut down on the flashing and shit.
Makes sense. I mean,
yeah.
I understand.
Well, it's extremely hard to give somebody a seizure over that kind of stuff. It's kind of just a scare over almost nothing. You have to do it in a very specific way to trigger it.
Which, I mean, it just got unlucky to happen there.
Yeah. Because it could have just been on, like, I don't know, like, the Japanese talk show hour at, like, 9:30 in the morning. And then nobody would have been watching it.
Yeah.
But instead it was Pokemon.
So, in this episode, we see that Katsuragi and Dr. Ritsuko... I'm really bad at pronouncing these names. I'm very sorry.
It's hard.
It changes every fucking time you record.
That's why they should have we should have been watching the Netflix dub, and then they just call her
Katie,
Rachel.
Katie and Rachel.
And Mandy.
But they're killed, really quick, unceremoniously. They're just shot.
Yeah.
Probably by Akari, but, I mean, doesn't even necessarily have to be, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the signs that, like, End of Eva was planned is that does factor into the movie, so we are gonna find out what happens.
Yeah. I assume they're killed because the last angel is gone now. The main purpose of Nerve is basically done. He's moving on to the final last bit of whatever his plan is, which is, Nerve wasn't... It was Seal's plan, the Human Instrumentality Project, right? Was it also... Because it gets really messy with how many angles are going on.
Yeah. Basically, they had two variations of, like, the same different plan, but Akari needed to go about it his way.
Yeah,
which Seal didn't agree with.
Seal's way, or whatever it was that they were up to, because I think you told me we get a little bit more info what exactly their plan
we
was.
Definitely do for End of Eva.
Because it seems like, so Akari's was to, well... Okay, here, I got a thing here first, so I guess we'll go into this first before I get into it, because I think Ikari was involved in the Human Instrumentality Project, and I think I know his reasoning for it before seeing End of Eva or any of that.
Yeah.
So I guess, Katsuragi gets her own little segment.
Yeah. Character introspective,
yeah. The three main characters, Shinji, Asuka, Rei, they get one, and then she gets one, and in hers, and I mean... This probably didn't need to be in the episode, you could have probably left this out. I'm glad it's in. It's a good little info dump. But I'm kind of surprised they had her have her own, because she wasn't super duper. I mean,
yeah. I mean, the only other one you would have given it to was Rei, and she kind of got one already in a couple different episodes.
Yeah, but basically her segment was she has the same feelings as Shinji, where she feels this loneliness, this really, really intense loneliness. Her dad was gone as well.
Yeah, he was a scientist for the experiment that basically contacted Second Impact.
Yeah,
that caused it. So
what she's agonizing over is thinking, she's a loose woman.
Yeah.
Ritsuko basically just calls her a slut.
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of debating, like, is this because I just want to have an easy, quick connection with another human being? Did I actually love Kagi? Did I not? Was he just a stand-in for my own father by being stable somewhat? Like the least stable man on the planet, someone who's like a fucking spy agent playing both sides, disappearing all the time.
Well, you can always count on him to water his melons.
Yep, I guess so.
Yeah.
To plant his seed and water it.
Yeah.
So, she was like, I don't know, did I actually love him? Was I just using him as an emotional rock? Am I indifferent in Shinji? And I really enjoyed that segment of the episode. Rei did have her own segment in this one.
Yeah,
it was a smaller one, but she was also agonized. Every single person is lonely.
Oh, yeah,
everyone is missing something. There's a part, quote unquote, there's a part of your heart that's missing.
Yeah.
Which you need filled through social connections and emotional connections with other people, because humans are social creatures.
Yeah.
similar to if you only had one single cat, they're going to turn into a fucking crazy thing because he doesn't have anything
that one up
interactive.
there. Yeah, he's licking medicine off his tail and smiling at us.
Yeah, what a prick.
Yeah, but the main thesis of the show is the hedgehog's dilemma, which is that hedgehogs try to like snuggle close to each other for warmth, but they're covered in spikes, so the closer they get, the more they hurt each other.
Yeah. For Rei, she was acutely aware, so she drops really quick. And I mean, you could probably infer this from earlier episodes, but she drops pretty quickly that her soul is artificial. Ikari created it, gave it to this body, which is probably taken from Shinji's mom.
Yeah,
like aspects
probably,
of it probably take a lot of like mixed DNA or something like Jurassic Park, some bullshit.
Yeah.
But she's very aware of the fact that Ikari only needs her until her usefulness is done. Past that point, if she wants to keep living, she can. Like, I guess he'll let her hop between bodies, but up until that's done, if she dies, they're just gonna move her to another dummy.
Well, yeah. I mean, they'll yank her soul back into existence.
She's not allowed, as what's his face, as Kevin. Was that our Americanized name for him, for Kawaru?
Oh, yeah.
Or Kaoru?
Maybe like...
Kevin?
Yeah.
Jimmy. Let's go with Kevin.
Okay.
Like, for Kevin there, like he said, the only freedom, the biggest freedom we have is choosing when to die, which Rei does not have. She can't choose to just die, because Ikari won't fucking allow it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the best bet she might have had was to, like, throw... Oh, no. She actually wasn't allowed near the magma in episode 9. She got to toss herself in the volcano, but...
Yeah. Because she knew it. She's like, if I die, who gives a fucking shit, I guess.
Yeah.
So
maybe then it would have been, like, too, like, they wouldn't have been able to
get the soul
body,
back or
but
something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she says that she was feeling... She would have been fine with dying, but now that she actually doesn't have the ability to come back, no one's going to bring her back from that. Now she's like, oh, God.
Yeah, the dummy plugs are all disintegrated.
Yeah, so now she doesn't feel right. So, she's scared. Just like every other character in the whole show, everyone is scared. And then the last thing that's in the episode, last important bit, is that we find out what the Human Instrumentality Project is.
Yeah.
Or at least what one angle of it is.
Yeah.
And that is the melding of all human consciousnesses in the world, basically into a brain cloud.
Yeah,
where we're all connected all the time, and we can fulfill these places, like these things that we feel. And what I was thinking was, I wonder if Ikari kind of went whole horse into this, because when Shinji's mom died, he felt like, oh, damn. I don't know if this is giving him too much credit, or to try and give him like a good guy angle to what he does.
Yeah.
But I think that may be a big part of it, is that his mom's gone. Ikari knows he's never going to feel that connection again. So he's like, well, if I do this, everyone's going to feel that connection, and everyone will be A-okay. And justify the means, or something like that.
Well, here, because, like, this angle of it's been, like, explicitly said in, like, the anime, but sure, I'm not sure if you, like, 100% get it, but Yui's in the Eva.
Well, I mean, I assumed that.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, she's in that, so but the feeling that when he lost her, he's like...
Yeah, but her soul is still intact. So if they do the...
Oh, right, because each one of the Evas have a soul, right?
Yeah, a soul in them. So, yeah, okay. I mean, if he does...
Who's Asuka's, then?
Well,
who
do you think it would be?
Could they have jacked her moms and put it in there?
Yeah, that's what people... Yeah.
Well, then what's Rei's?
Rei is partially her and then partially Yui. They had to just basically yank bits of it and stick it in the thing.
Oh, wow. That's fucked up.
Yeah. But yeah, and then if you think about it, so basically every single school child in Shinji's class is a candidate for the Eva pilot, and every single one of them who you get dialogue with, it says they're missing a mom.
Really?
Yeah, because like the military kid, he says, oh, my mom's not around anymore. The Toji, the guy who's always eating, he's like, well, I don't have a mom to cook for me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the class rep says, oh, I have to cook for my, like, sisters now.
Oh, God, yeah, you're right. I completely missed that. I think because I just looked at all of his schoolmates as, like, superfluous.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, basically, like, they could just have, like, basically yanked all their mom's souls and getting ready to stick them in the Evas whenever they have them ready to go.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah. There is a very specific reason why only Shinji could have piloted that robot.
Yeah, shit. That makes a lot more, even more sense when you think about, because I mentioned earlier that I was thinking about that Yui might be part of the Eva robot because all the womb metaphors and all that kind of shit going in there. She fucking 01 gives birth to Shinji when he gets absorbed into it and then shot back out.
Yeah,
things like that. So yeah, I did not pick up on. If I would have noticed that fact about the moms, I probably would have connected it earlier for sure.
Oh yeah.
So episode 26, the last one. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, episode 25, by the way, it was called I Love You. Or, I don't know, they got 2 episodes.
Yeah, each one. So yeah, it's basically 4 different titles.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about What, you want me to read that squiggle on the screen?
Ain't happening, brother.
Yeah. I'm reading my phone, and my phone says it's party time.
Speaking of squiggles, episode 26, I actually really, really like the art style for this one.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's definitely minimalist, but it's good.
Yeah, it's, so the art for this show has been really, really great so far. I've loved it. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, people have tried to say that Evangelion was, low budget, but there's no evidence of that fact throughout it. I mean, it looks stunning for an anime made in, 1960, or 1996. Yeah, 1996. Everything else, if you go back and look at it, it, basically almost looks like, Shin-chan. Do you remember that show? Yeah, all of it just kind of looks like that.
So, the art style for this one, as I mentioned earlier, was they're not straight-up animation cells for the majority of it. The majority is the pen and paper, markers, no outlines for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Very cool looking, like those fucking Tumblr GIFs that you would see. Not the black and white sex ones, Joe.
No, what?
But the ones that are
I want to see Steven Universe get his nuts sucked. Isn't that his mom, too? The Crystal or some shit?
So the ones I'm thinking of are the pencil animation test for Bambi or Cinderella and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
They had some of those where things are just twisting and falling in and all that crazy shit.
Kind of like storyboard stuff. You would storyboard all the movement to make sure it looks natural before you commit to spending the money to animate it, actually. Yeah.
So the opening just straight up in, I don't know, 0.25 seconds they give you to read a whole paragraph. They just bap. I looked away for 2 seconds to grab the fucking remote control, and I missed half of it.
Wow.
But they just go, so everything else is going on is kind of busy. So, we're just going to look at Shinji right now, which is very much like a, fuck.
But what do you mean I'm not going to find out what happens to the Evers?
Yeah, so, I can understand why, if that's what you were looking for, which I won't say that's not important at all to Eva. I mean, it's not the main theme, but if you went in there because you really like the well done, cool robot stuff and the really deepest lore stuff, and then they just give you none of that at the end, and you were watching, hanging on for every single episode.
Yeah,
I can. How many fucking pages is that Twin Peaks forum where everyone is bitching about Twin Peaks season 3?
Yeah. I go on this old ass Twin Peaks forum from way back in the day called DugPa for some reason, and that forum's actually going to be shut down sometime this year because of all the infighting that emerged whenever Twin Peaks came back. But I was looking at this old thread called the Perpetually Disappointed about season 3 thread, and it's 120 pages long. And it's just I'm a little bit of the way through, and they're on episode 5 or 6 right now, and they're basically saying okay, well, I mean, at the very least, Cooper's going to have to snap out of it right now because this can't possibly go on for an episode longer.
Did he snap out episode
16? Episode 16.
16 out of 18.
Yeah, well, he's in the Black Lodge Coop for 1 and 2. He becomes Dougie in 3. Snaps out of it in 16.
Yikes. But so I have here in my notes here, I wonder if this will be a positive and hopeful end or not. I can't really tell with I can't really tell with Eva. It could go either way. Yeah. But at least we know for sure that this will be the episode where Shinji jerks on a post-suicidal comatose Asuka.
Nope, you missed it.
That's not what happened.
No, that's an end to Eva.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Joe.
Well, they can't. No, that's not going to air on TV.
Joe, shut up.
Okay.
Each one of these is 30 minutes,
yes,
right?
Yes, they are. Well, about, yeah.
And there's about 18... no, not 18.
They're about 22 minutes.
26 episodes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, 26.
How many hours did I waste it to not see a prepubescent boy jerk off on a comatose child?
Probably about 8 or 9 hours.
Unbelievable, Joe.
I know. I'm sorry. Here, look at my phone. I've got this cool homemade drawing I found of it happening.
It's awful, Joe. You're a terrible person.
Yeah.
So anyway, the quote that they have when they skip over the intro is that they're going to tell the story of Shinji's instrumentality of his soul, which is goofy. Goofy translation.
But yeah, nonsense. The good thing about it is that the fans are so disappointed whenever this came out that they managed to find out where the Gainax studio was and just spray paint all over it.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, and then they also sent like a bunch of death threats. And those are actually featured in End of Eva.
Really?
Yeah,
they have them in, like, the end credits?
No, they're just in the movie itself. It features some positive fan mail and some death credits.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So, with this episode, comes back to Shinji again, and he's confronting the fact that his emotional need for attention and affection, which literally everyone on the planet needs that. It's part of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where you've got, like, base level.
You got bread. You got sawdust. You got comforter.
You got glue. You got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that's high. No, I'd melee. Only melee all the time.
Melee is the basic need. You need melee at the bare
you need
minimum.
at least melee. 64 ain't gonna cut it. You think I'm gonna play as Luigi all day?
So,
I need, yeah.
Yeah. So, you got your basic stuff, your food, water, shelter.
Yeah. My Evangelion figures.
Yes, Joe. No, those are self-actualizing.
Okay.
Then you got your safety, the fact that you have a job, security.
My gun safety.
And then you get to your social connections.
Mm.
And then, self-esteem, self-actualization, where you can become the person that you want to be, an idealized version of yourself.
Yeah. It's
very, very hard. It's not impossible. It's not set in stone, the self-actualization pyramid, but, like...
Yeah.
It's going to be easier if you have those other four to become a really good person.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do much of, like, psychology because I'm not in school anymore, but I remember there was, like, this cool doctor who taught himself how to drool whenever he rang a bell.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went, Joe.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll write about it on my podcast.
Yeah, and then he had, like, a prison experiment where it was him, and he was red, and then the dogs were all blue.
And then he punched them!
No, that's Michael Vick.
Oh, that's right.
That's a sportsman reference for an NFL ballsman who had concussions and beat up dogs.
Yeah.
That was fine, though. He got
Well,
money.
he was drowning them in water and stuff, but he was a good player still, so we're not going to toss him out yet. It's like OJ. They will have let him come back and play if he wanted.
Yeah. About halfway into the episode, it splits off. So Shinji is having this dialogue with all the reused animation, all these other characters from the show, talking with them, thinking about his entire life and where he is. So Shinji's self-worth is tied to being an Eva pilot, because it's one of the few things that he's good at, and he gets the attention and he gets the positivity from the people around him. He doesn't like to do it, but he'll justify it through a bunch of other means, which, I gotta save humanity, I gotta protect people, I like to do it. And then when he confronts the idea that he might not like this or it might not be worth it, he hides away from it. Well, what does it matter? And then he keeps running away, As he starts to kind of make this breakthrough, it cuts away to a shit post, a slice of life anime shit post.
And you can tell that was important because that's where all the actual animation in the episode is.
Yeah. It's Shinji and then his friend Asuka.
Yeah, his childhood friend. That's gonna be a trope in the thing.
It is like one of those Homestuck comics where they... I know, Joe, you're spacing out right now. I can see you.
No, I'm not spacing out. I'm just looking at that wall. It's real interesting.
More interesting than Homestuck, yeah. But let me go on for a moment, Joe.
Okay.
So there are many, many things, like these fan fiction, these alternate universe things that fans of a piece of media will make and make a huge fucking stink about it, and they treat it very seriously. So this is just an alternate universe where Shinji is a high school, or not even high school, middle school or whatever. I don't even remember. I think
they had 14 entering high school. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a high school student, and his teacher is his whatever. Roles are swapped around to make them fit, kind of like from Undertale to Deltarune.
Yeah,
where they just took the same characters and put them in different spots. Give them different roles. For Shinji, he goes through this, and I could just imagine all the animators just have like a big shit-eating grin on their face. Like, you want your fucking what is that? You mentioned a visual novel a while back.
Oh, so basically, it's like a little tiny segment of like the ending of the episode. It's maybe 4 or 5 minutes long. There's not only a giant video game visual novel about this called Girlfriend of Steel, but there's 2 different complete mangas called Angelic Days and then the Shinji Ikari Raising Project, just about this concept.
Shinji Ikari Raising Project.
Yeah, because it's like, if Asuka was like his childhood friend, she's like got to try to guide him through life.
And then his dad apparently just completely ignores him still, but he's not a dickhead about it this time.
Yeah, he's just busy with his paper. He loves his paper.
Yeah, he can't look away from it. I don't even think you get to see either of their faces in the flashback.
No, yeah, no, you don't.
Which is, I'm guessing, intentional.
Oh, yeah, because it's not real.
Yeah. But in this...
Yeah, plus Shinji can't really even remember his mom's face.
Yeah, shit. What's his face can, though? If you fucking... What was the other one?
Oh, yeah, and then there was, like, another visual, like, novel video game where Professor Fuyutsuki realizes that Shinji looks like his mom, and, like, he was always, like, kind of crushing on, like, Shinji's mom. So he just has Shinji dress up as, like, in a maid's outfit so he can take pictures of him.
Yeah, that's a officially canon-produced media.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look, like, basically, Evangelion never ended, really. Because, I mean, it's basically... It's kind of the biggest thing that Japan has going for it in terms of money laundering and stuff like that. I mean, they're able to make a lot of money from...
You can survive on Eva products.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Yeah, there's like Eva screwdrivers. You could drive around in your Eva car with Eva-based electric charging stations or whatever.
Yep. So Shinji imagines this world that isn't too far-fetched from what he knows now.
Well, basically, it's kind of a world that Shinji could have been a part of if the angels didn't exist and if he liked himself, even just a little bit.
So when Shinji is able to really sit down and think, he's able to cast aside just not all of it. He still hates that he believes that he's a coward, that he's a hypocrite, that he's not good enough, and that people don't like him. He's able to just cast just a little bit of that aside. Just think, okay, well, what if this wasn't the case? What could my life be like? And he allows himself to feel like he's not a burden, that he has some kind of value, and his entire world look changes, just from a little bit. It's not an easy thing to do, to just cast off those ideas about yourself, especially if things that happen in your life reinforce it. Like with Shinji's, every single interaction with his dad was pretty fucking awful. You know, like you were saying, the hedgehog's dilemma. Everyone in this show tries to reach out, but doesn't do it in a emotionally healthy way, and as a result, reinforces their bad and negative behaviors.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I mean, like in real life, like Hideakio's father was just missing like a leg from like a factory incident whenever his dad back in the day. So his dad would just kick him with the missing leg, the steel leg.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, but as even Shinji mentions, so besides the Eva, he had his cello. You know, he has. While he was saying that all of his self-worth and the only thing he's good at, the only thing he's ever going to be good at is the Eva unit, and then someone brings up, you know, what about your cello? And he's like, well, I didn't even check that, you know, whatever. You gave up on that really easily. Everyone has something. Every single person has a thing. You may not have it developed or feel like it's worth that much, like Shinji with his cello, because he did it, and he enjoyed it, he got pretty far into it, but then he just kind of let it fall to the wayside because he felt like it wasn't something that was worthwhile. But he has the potential to... anything that someone takes, anything that someone does, you have the potential to make that important and to use it to help your own self-esteem. Anything really... anything fucking dumb. Anything...
I could have been a Wii ping pong champion, but I gave it up. Whenever I was a teen.
There's not a case of a person who is worthless, right? Everyone is able to do something.
Yeah.
You may not be literally the greatest on the planet, but I mean, I've yet to see an example of someone with absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
No qualities. Now, people that believe that they have that, I have seen that, and you see a lot of that in this show, like Shinji, people who believe they have absolutely nothing. But that's the big takeaway I've gotten from.
I mean, look at somebody like Toby Fox. I mean, he's probably like a good flute player or something.
Yeah. So, I mean, the episode title of 26 is "Take Care of Yourself."
Yeah,
which I think is, if you're gonna take away a thing from Eva, I think it would be that. I think that would be that's what I imagine he wants people to take away from Eva. Yes, the robots are cool, but you need to take care of yourself.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's basically the only thing that will actually remain a constant in your life is you yourself. So if you as a person can't do anything, then you're just doomed.
Yeah. When he went to the white paper and he was given he's like, okay, what if I had complete and total freedom? That's what I want, right? Not to feel caged by anything. And then he's just floating. He's free floating. He's got nothing. And then he puts a restriction on himself. Okay. Now I've got the ground. Now I'm anchored. I can, whatever. I can move around. I can think. I can feel. I've got something I can base it around. And then he starts moving of his own free will. Starts exploring that. Starts seeing new things. Starts developing. So he chose a thing. And then used that to try and improve himself and his situation. And started to come out of this place that he was in before. So I think that's the main thing that Eva wants people to be aware of and to be able to see and work with and try to fix themselves with.
Yeah. So. Well, I mean, I think he basically tried to make this as like a wake-up call to otakus, as like a self-described otaku himself.
Yeah. That your lifestyle is... It may feel nice, but I mean,
it's comfortable.
You're gonna hit this moment. You're gonna hit this point, So...
Yeah. No, I mean, because, basically, like, what a lot of people think is, like, basically, Anno was in, like, a heavy depression while making it, and a lot of people think this ending is, like, what a lot of people told him to kind of do. That if you like yourself, then you can actually do all this stuff, so he put that in the movie. But then people kind of ended up rejecting that wholly whenever this came out, so he ended up making End of Eva. Which gets very, very interesting. In terms of, like, what kind of ideas are put forth into that.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've heard people say to just not even bother with the TV show.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard people say just skip it entirely, just watch End of Eva, and you'll be fine. Which seems weird to me. It seems weird that you wouldn't do that, but I'm sure there's a reason.
No, I mean, with End of Eva, I mean, if they're saying skip the whole TV show, which some people do, because a lot of people watch End of Evangelion as just a art film, a self-contained art film, which it works, it has some really good imagery, but they don't explain anything. I mean, they completely go in assuming that you watched the TV show, so you wouldn't really get anything in terms of plot out of it, but a lot of people do say to skip episodes 25 and 26 and just watch End of Eva. In terms of, like, a self-contained ending, which kind of works, but you skip all of the growth that Shinji undergoes as a character that it assumes you saw.
Yeah. What I assume it might be is just that the themes that are in 25 and 26 are better explored in the movie, maybe? But, well I guess we'll have to see, because this is almost 3 hours now, so we're not gonna do the movies in this one.
You don't want to do a 4-hour podcast?
No, because no one's gonna listen to that.
Okay. You could just cut this into 2 or something, or I have no idea.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah. Fuck their fannies. Fuck your rumps.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah.
So, alright. Is there anything that you want, any last things you want to say about the Eva anime series? Before we end this one here?
Yeah, I saw that, like, there's a quote where somebody asked him, do you like the anime you make? And he said, well, I like some, but hate others. And then they asked, what parts don't you like? And he said, the parts where I can see myself.
Which the entirety of Eva is probably him looking right into a mirror.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to just kind of burn, like, the feelings he was feeling into, like, an anime whenever he was making it.
Yeah, and I think he did a good job.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I mean it definitely stood the test of time in terms of people talking about it.
Yeah,
it's
incredibly relatable for a lot of the anime nerds out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, go watch it. It's good.
Yeah.
3-hour podcast.
Yeah, after we spoiled it all.
Yeah, 3-hour podcast. This is pretty good. It's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, I liked it.
I like anime. I liked all the naked 14-year-old girls. They make me feel funny.
Oh god, whenever Shinji just felt up Ray's breast in episode 5, I couldn't even look at the screen. I was so hard.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So speaking of looking at the screen and getting hard,
we're gonna have to go watch End of Evangelion. Yeah.
I know. I was gonna say, but looking at the screen and getting hard. Joe, where can they look at on their YouTube?
So basically go into your little search bar, right? Type in Malevolent Movies, and you can find me and a bunch of other funny fellows basically taking apart shitty indie horror movies and just ripping them a new asshole.
Yeah, showing them who's boss.
Yep, we've got like the Benevolent Buckley Show, we've got like Clash of the Commentaries, we got all kinds of fun stuff on our YouTube channel.
Clash of the Commentaries is very fun. It's you can listen to it as a fan commentary or just as a straight up podcast.
Yeah, you can listen to it on your drive to work. That's probably not happening for the next month or two.
Yep. Coronavirus 2020, baby.
Yeah, the only coronavirus I have is whenever I just go to the supermarket and pick up a 12-pack of Coronas for $1.90 because I can't sell them anymore.
Yeah. You can find the podcast here, YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify as well. Check out Malevolent Movies.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, check out Butcher the Bakers. It's on Amazon Prime for the time being. Just go check out shit.
Yeah, and we'll be back with End of Eva.